It's Mick in Memphis. Charles in East Tennessee. Light it up. Kick back. This is the real smoke podcast. Two mics, two chairs, same sky, different air, long ash, slow burn. Every story takes a turn. Thursdays, 8 o'clock. Let the week just unlock. From the leaf to the glass, we're talking good times at last. This is real smoke, real smoke. Turn it up, let it roll. From Memphis down the river to the Knoxville hills, we know real people, real talk. Let the conversation flow. Every Thursday, light it. Listen. Welcome to the Real Smoke Show. Cigars, small batch, perfect draw, perfect match. Whiskey whispers in the glass. Let the past and present clash. Legends, up and comers, late nights, long summers, behind the scenes, on the grind. We're getting into every side. This is real smoke, real smoke. Turn it up, let it roll. From Memphis down the river to the Knoxville hills, we know real people, real talk. Let the conversation flow. Every Thursday, light it, listen. Welcome to the Real Smoke Show.
This episode may contain strong language, weak opinions, bad advice, and men speaking confidently about things they only half understand. Statements made should not be considered factual, morally sound, especially if they are drinking. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast with your hosts, Mick and Charles, the podcast that's all about real people, real cigars, and real smoke. Coming to you live from the Real Smoke Virtual Cigar Lounge, bringing you the best of cigars, whiskey, and all the good times in between. It's more than just a podcast, it's a community of cigar lovers. So grab your favorite smoke, pour a drink, and join us as we dive into all things cigars, whiskey, and just having a damn good time. This is the Real Smoke Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 76 of the Real Smoke Podcast. I guess I'm your host. There's not that way or that way. It's just me. I guess I'm your host. I'm Charles, and Mick's not here. He's drinking heavily on a beach somewhere, doing something stupid, I'm pretty sure. But if you know Mick, you know Mick. But anyways, welcome to the show. We do have a great show lined up for you tonight, but before we get things started, we do need to say what's up to our family over at the Cigar Vault.
Hey everybody, it's Norm with the Cigar Vault Oakdale doing another episode of Don't Be That Guy. What guy don't we want you to be? Let's find out. So, G's coming.
He's over here.
He's driving up for the drop.
I think he's going to be here at like...
Oye, mami, si cocina como camino, me como hasta la rapita.
No habla español, bro.
If one leg was Thanksgiving and the other one was Christmas, can I visit between the holidays?
No, but I can punch you.
What are we doing here? Who's this guy?
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the lady.
Get out of here.
You're not talking to me like a lady.
What?
No.
Oh, you know, you can show me how to talk to you then.
Just enjoying her cigar. Leave her alone, man. No.
Is this your first time seeing a woman in a cigar lounge?
Yeah, it's very rare, actually.
Okay, you know what? It's your last time, too. Get him out, guys.
Yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here, fool.
What the f***? Oh, goddamn. Not the head. Not the head. I like the way you cook. Yeah.
What? And wait, Mick is here. Mick? I thought you were at the beach. Wow. Wait, you've never looked so refreshed, and your beard and your head. Anyways, I'm not alone tonight. I do have a special co-host tonight, and it is the one and only Robert with 13 Knives. What's up, brother?
What's going on, brother, man?
Not much. I do love the great Mick impersonation. It looks fabulous. He looks well rested. He looks sober-ish. Absolutely love it. So, what's going on with you tonight?
A few times while we're doing it.
I'm sure. What should we call him? Alter Mick.
Alter Mick. He'll come on when there's pronunciations and things like that.
Yeah. Anytime that there is a malfunction of some kind, alter ego Mick will show up.
That's it.
So huge thanks for jumping on here tonight. I reached out to you last week sometime and said, hey, what are you doing? Actually, it was about 2 weeks ago. And I think when everything was getting crazy with my life, it was probably about 3 days before I answered you back to let you know what I was really wanting. But you were awesome to jump on here and
Good to be
hang
here.
out tonight and be the guest host for the evening. So I'm kind of relieved. I really did not want to do it alone. I mean, I could, but yeah, you saved me on that one. So
You're a
anyways, yeah. You just got back from PCA, didn't you?
I sure did.
Did you have a good time?
Oh man, I had a great time.
How'd the knives do?
Knives went over good. I brought knives out for some people. Just some of my favorite brands that I want to show appreciation to. There's some cool things in the works that I'm really excited about. So I'm going to be, looks like 2026 is going to be super, super busy.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, I will say this. You gave me the list of brands that you wanted to send, you wanted to make knives for, and I sent you a special request.
Yeah.
I said, hey, these are some good guys. Love this brand. Do me a favor. Think about making a knife for them. And you weren't like, yeah, I'll think about it. You were like, yeah, I got this. I'll go ahead and do it. So I will say this. A couple of days ago, the brand that we're talking about is Postania, Postania, with Mike and Mike. And they have a podcast that comes out every weekday. I listen to it. That's my treadmill. Every morning I get on treadmill for an hour. Their podcast is about an hour long. So I get on there, and that's how I kind of know, when my podcast or when my walk is about over is when they're hitting certain parts of their show. And I heard a couple of days ago, he made a comment that he needed to bring this knife that he got from XIII Knives out and show everybody sometime. So I just sent him a thing on there and said, hey, thanks for it and all that stuff. So stay tuned.
Yeah, he was really excited.
Real Smoke Pod says, Robert with XIII Knives is an awesome guy with an amazing products. I'm so glad he gave you one of his knives. He is a close friend, club brother, and show sponsor. Hope you enjoy it. Yes. I just cut my cigar with this. It's from XIII Knives. How's this look?
Oh, that looks dope.
You can see it
Yeah,
perfectly.
you only got the
Right there.
only the one for some reason. That's very
wow,
strange.
that's so weird.
This is a beautiful blade. He did
I was right there.
I've always wanted one of those.
He did a great
Me
job.
too.
I wonder how that cuts.
Yeah.
Guess what? They're probably available at XIII Knives. Go check it out, guys. Don't be grubbers. Support your boy.
Only if we need somebody who's great friends with him.
I'm not great friends with this guy.
We're not talking about you.
We're talking about you.
Oh. You guys
You just be quiet over there.
It's got the P
Wearing
logo.
my free hat.
It's got the P logo on it.
I like that.
It's got a cool sheath that's in the Polish flag.
Oh, it's white and red. Wow.
Yeah, he did a good job. It's got a beer opener. It says 13 Knives on it.
Oh, good. You drinking so much beer.
I drink so much beer.
Right.
This
It
is very nice.
needs a belt clip on the thing.
Belt clip?
Yeah, then you can
Oh,
wear
a
it.
belt clip would be dope.
And then you go, "Wah!"
Yeah. This is super nice, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You know what would be nicer than that?
What?
3 of those.
Yeah.
No.
2 more.
2 more.
No.
Yeah.
2 more would be nice.
Don't you do that to
You
somebody.
might see him on the show a lot.
I don't think that thing was
That's
cheap.
right. You see one to show.
That took a lot of work and heart and effort.
Hey,
So they gave you a pretty good shout out on there and showed off the knife a little bit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think they were talking about me on that one. So, trying to get me to see if I can get you to make more. I'm not stepping into that ring, but I sent Mikey a message today and said, hey, huge thanks for that. I'm going to clip it. I'm going to send it to Robert tonight. He's on the show as a guest host. So I know he'll get a kick out of it. So
That was awesome.
Thought you might enjoy that.
I'm glad I saw that. Yeah, he was really stoked to get it and very unexpected. So, but we discovered them last year when we were at PCA and just really loved their product and like what he was all about. He was just very engaging. So one of those guys.
He's got a new Yeah, he's got a new cigar coming out of Sumatra that I'm excited for. I cannot wait to try that one. If you know the show at all, you know I'm a huge fan of Sumatra, so
It's good.
I'll be excited. Yes, shut up. All right, so we need to get into a couple of things really quickly. Same stuff that we do every week, but we need to do it. We want to do it. Go ahead. If you guys are looking for a Cigar of the Month Club, check out Smoke In Cigar of the Month Club for that price right there. Use code RSNEW, and you will get 5 cigars each month. If you use our code, you'll get a Smoke In torch lighter as well as a perfect cutter. They've been taking care of us for a little over 6 months now, and we absolutely love what they're doing. So go check them out. Really quickly, we do have our Patreon. Mick always talks about this one, but check it out. The Real Smoke Patreon, the Real Smoke Ashtray Illuminati, the Real Smoke AI. For just $5 a month, get a sticker pack, shout out on IG, name and show credits, members only Discord, ask questions. Let's see, what else do we get? We get a sneak peek at guests, enter to win quarterly prize packs, ability to attend monthly Zoom perks, which we're going to get right on that one as soon as Mick gets back from vacation, and the ability to talk with guests and ask questions on guest on Zoom perks. We do have a new Patreon on there. Our Patreon is Cabbage Close. Whatever. Cool. Love the name.
Right.
Welcome to the show. So far it hasn't been a shit show yet, but give us time. We still got some time. It's doing good. Go check out our Patreon. If you go to realsmokepod.com, you can get all the information on our Patreon. Some of our episodes, our reviews are coming up on there, as well as our merch. Go check out our merch. And right now, currently, we have a couple of things that we're spotlighting. It is baseball season, so we do have our baseball shirts. If you look at it, it's in the banana ball style logos. It is the Real Smoke. You see the Real Smoke 24. That is the year that we came about. You do have Mick's shirt. It is the Real Smoke 16, and you have my shirt, the Real Smoke 3. We are also working with Cigar Army and PNNF Foundation. You can go on there and support them by buying this shirt right here. 100% of all the proceeds go towards the foundation, and what we end up making, we are going to match it. That way it will double. Let's see, what else do I have to get off here that Mick usually likes to read a lot of? Something new coming up. We have the Real Smoke interviews coming up, and the next one that's coming out, I think, is this weekend, is Pete Johnson. What we are doing is taking some of our older interviews that we've done, and we are cutting out all the filler, meaning basically the intro, all the ads, all the news at the end, all the prize drawings and things like that, and we're shortening it down to just the interview. So people who haven't got a chance to watch some of our older things, you'll be able to go back and start going through and watching some of those, and it'll be a shortened down version. I will say the Pete Johnson one's not much of a shortened down version. That was a long interview, but it is our most watched interview that we've done. So it should be out. I think it comes out this weekend, maybe. Let's see, tonight's giveaway. Let's go ahead and talk about that one real quick. Tonight's giveaway, we have hashtag Real Smoke. If you type in hashtag Real Smoke, anybody who has not won this month, you will be entered in a chance to win a $25 gift card to the Cigar Vault. If you are a Patreon member and you type in the hashtag Real Smoke Pat, P-A-T, you'll have a chance to win another $25 gift card to the Cigar Vault. And if you type in hashtag Real Smoke Beard, if you've never won anything from Beard Apothecary or never tried any of their products out, tonight you will be able to try out, you'll be able to have a chance to win the Bearded Swifty, the brand new product that they got out. I have it in my beard right now. I've got the oil in my beard right now. So again, type in hashtag Real Smoke. If you haven't won this month, hashtag Real Smoke Pat, P-A-T, if you are a Patreon member, and hashtag Real Smoke Beard if you've never won a Beard Apothecary product. Oh, that's a lot. It's one. It is our Still Austin Baseball Challenge. It is Mick's Phils against my Braves. Currently, right now, we stand at the Braves leading baseball with 22-10, with Mick's trailing with 11-19. So far, it looks like he's going to owe me a bottle, but we do know how the Braves play. Give it about 3 months, I'll be owing Mick 2 bottles. So, you a big baseball fan?
San Diego Padres all the way. All the way.
I'm so sorry. Actually, you guys you rock it. So
we got off to a rough start, but we bounced back, and we're kind of playing pinball with the Dodgers right now. I mean, it's theirs to lose. They're a stacked team, but I'm hoping that we can get it right this year. We've never won it.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll get better than the Braves. I'm sure dead players will get better than the Braves by the end of the season. But, since I have you on here, I can issue a little wager with you as well.
Okay.
We like hats.
All right.
So at the end of the season, whichever team has the best record, the loser buys the other person's team hat and wears it for an episode.
I'll tell you, I'll take you up on that. And I'll bring a caveat that what their City Dream uniforms.
City Connect.
The City Connect with that little, oh man. That's what I'll get. That's because I was a Braves fan back in the Dale Murphy, Bob Horner.
That was me.
Days. Yeah.
That's me.
Old County Stadium. My dad was stationed at Dobbins Air Force Base. So we would go see the Braves all the time.
Yeah, that's last year when they debuted the retro jersey for City Connect. That's what my wife got me, was the hat and the jersey. And it's got Dale Murphy on the back of it because that was my childhood hero.
That's why your number is 3, isn't it?
It is growing up. Not to mention that my last name is Ruth, Babe Ruth, number 3. But
my entire baseball career was number 3.
Mine too. When he went to the Phillies, I ended up being on the Phillies and got number 9. But I got to take my dad to meet Dale at a meet and greet. And he just happened to call my dad up, and my dad got to go up at the dinner and sit with him at the dinner table and actually have baseball conversations. And so I got pictures of that, and I got to be able to watch that. So that's probably one of my highlights of life, is that I got to let my dad meet my hero, but also somebody he looked up to. So that's a
cool. Great memory. That's a great one to have.
So cool. We got a bet. Let's see, the yellow and brown. I don't know if that's their City Connect, but that's a pretty decent hat.
It's a good one. Their City Connect last year was horrible. It was like that bubble gum, pink and blue. It was horrible. So this year's a lot better.
Well, really quickly, we need to move on. We need to get the boys on here tonight. We do have a cigar that Mick and I smoked for a review. I think you're smoking one of them, so we can get into have you talk about it a little bit later too. But tonight's cigar is brought to you by 13 Knives. Hey, you want to go ahead and do that for us?
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Hey guys, this is Robert at 13 Knives, and this is the Badass Bulldog Cutter. Made with 1095 high carbon steel. All my materials are sourced in the United States. Love this country. Love getting stuff that's made here in the country. So this name is after my dad. It's an homage to my dad. 13 Knives. My dad's call sign in Vietnam was Cat Killer 13. So I've had a real big connect with that number. So it's always been something that's followed me. So when I started making knives, he never got to see me do it. But 13 Knives was always going to be the name. You can hit me up on all the socials. You can go to my website, check it out. If you want anything, just hit me up. If you want something customized, that's what I love more than anything else. If you want something that I've never made, that'll get me excited. So let's do it, and let's get it done right. 13 Knives, guys.
Well, there we go. Just like that. So tonight's cigar. Let's go ahead and talk about that one. I'll let you wait. You got to be Mick.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me.
There it is. He is the Mick. Tonight's cigar is.
It is the Palici di Sigari Viola. The wrapper, don't ask. The binder, not telling. The filler, stop asking. It is a 54x6 box press, and its MSRP is $8.
Or it's that price that's on the screen. Oh, there we go. So let's go ahead and bring on our guest tonight. Our guest is brought to you by, I love that. At the Herf, we need to bring that. And we need to have people take pictures with both Micks.
Yes.
So that would be awesome. Anyways, tonight's guest is brought to you by Destination Cigars.
Step into the world of cigars like never before at Destination Cigar Lounge, home of the exclusive Allegory cigar brand. Whether you're kicking back at Governor's Crossing in Sevierville, Tennessee, or soaking up the rich aroma at Almost Havana in Hurricane, West Virginia, every visit is an adventure. From top-tiered cigars to expert recommendations and a laid-back atmosphere, it's the perfect place to relax, connect, and enjoy the craft. If you are looking for bold and unforgettable flavors, escape to the world of Allegory cigars. Kick back with the rich Mexican San Andres Dividend. Enjoy the smooth intrigue of the censored Sumatra, or fire up the bold and flavorful Escape Habano. For more information, you can follow them on Instagram at destination_cigars, or you can explore more by visiting them online at destinationcigarlounge.com, or take a journey to one of their 3 locations in West Virginia and Tennessee. No matter where your cigar journey takes you, every blend is an experience worth savoring. Where the road ends, the perfect smoke begins at Destination Cigar Lounge.
And here we are. Let's see. Mics are on. We got one of the clowns. We got the clown.
You got
What's
the
up,
favorite
Joe?
clown. What's going on,
favorite clown.
Charles? Robert, how's it going, brother?
It's going good, man. How you doing?
I'm living the dream. Rob, thanks for giving a great description of the cigar, man. Unbelievable. Love it. Love it.
Right on.
I love it.
I absolutely love
it's Pagliacci, right?
It's Pagliacci. Yeah, it's close
Oh,
enough.
so you're saying Pagliacci?
Yeah, it's fine. Listen,
Okay.
Brooklynese, Pagliacci, doesn't matter.
All right.
You know, it's we went with an Italian name for our Italian American roots.
Right on.
That's it, man.
So I will say that, I want to get into the packaging behind this one because this is very unclown-like.
Yes, sir.
But I know we got it. It looks like Ray's trying to jump on here, but as he comes on here, guys, we did do an interview with Ray and Joe. That was back. Let's see, man. I thought I had it written down here. That was back way. Oh, episode 17. So if you want to go check that out, go check out episode 17. We're at episode 76 right now. We actually did a deep dive into the Cigar Clowns and how they got started, how they grew up, and how they met and all that. But tonight we're just basically going to say, hey, give us a brief kind of rundown of, Cigar Clowns. Who is the Cigar Clowns? What are the Cigar Clowns? You don't have to get in as deep as before, but give us a little bit.
Yeah. Cigar Clowns are just we were a group of friends that grew up together in Brooklyn, New York. We were all cigar smokers. We all kind of went through a journey of cigar smoking. And my friend Nicky's, first it was his garage, and then it was his backyard when he got the bigger house. And we used to meet every Friday. We used to smoke a cigar, man. Just hang out and love life. And it turned into a Facebook group turned into like a little club, and then the club turned into like a little business, and then it kind of developed into where we're at today, man. It's pretty cool. It's like we're cigar smokers, man. We're consumers, and now we're making cigars and focusing on the people we love. And that's pretty much it, man. It's a lot of fun doing what we do.
So, it's been a year ago since you were on here.
Mhm.
So, what has changed over the last year? What has the Cigar Clowns been going through, and what kind of changes have been made?
First, I do want to say 76 is my number. I grew up on 76th
Nice.
Street in Brooklyn. You had crews of where you lived, and mine was 76th Street. There was an army of 40 of us that hung out every day and got into a lot of trouble and had a lot of fun together. So I'm blessed to be on this show. Thank you. I know, luck of the draw. But what has changed in the last year? A lot of things have changed for the Cigar Clowns in the last year. We acquired another company, the Shafio Collection. They are, it was a small mom and pop company run by Justin and Crystal Shafio. They are absolutely the salt of the earth human beings. We had a project going on with them. It was called Goldie Grace. I'm not sure if you guys were familiar. You ever smoked Goldie Grace? It was a joint venture that we were raising money against human trafficking. Project went really well. Justin and Crystal are raising a young family. We love their cigars. We love their mission. And we just started talking how we can help them. And that conversation evolved. And next thing you know, the Sheffield Collection is part of Clown Labs, which is our parent company. And Justin and Crystal are partners of ours now. And it's, I'm happy to announce that the Shaffiods donated a tiny home that's going to house a trafficked person. And they just did it. They just had a big unveiling on over the weekend at church, got a blessing on it. It's a beautiful thing for one of the missions they support. It's like $100,000 house. They really not only say what they want to do, but they're doing what they want to do, man. And human trafficking is all around us. So that's pretty much what changed. We came out with a new line of cigars, the Pagliacci di Sigleri. It's like we're all over the place, man. We're focusing, we're growing, we're laser focusing. It's just I would say we're in a period of gazelle growth, and we really have to see. We're really carefully planning every move, but right now a quarter's a year. A month is a quarter for us. We're at a high burn rate. We're at a high turnover ratio of cash, and we're running a real business right now. It's super crazy. It's super crazy. So that's probably pretty much where we are.
So real quick, I'm going to have everybody, if you have any questions that you would like to ask, make sure you put them in the comments. Once again, if you are somebody who hasn't won one of our prizes at all this month, type in hashtag Real Smoke. If you are a Patreon member, type in hashtag Real Smoke PAT. And if you have not ever tried or won anything from Beard Apothecary, type in hashtag Real Smoke Beard. If you got questions, once again, put it in the comments as well. We'll try to get to them as we go through it. One person did put on here, said, I think Ray is broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. I thought our internet was bad. He's struggling.
Yeah, he needs to connect his squirrel to a pole or something. I don't know what's going on.
I think he needs to add an extra squirrel in.
Yeah, man. So a lot has changed for us. It's crazy. And I know you guys are smoking the Viola. I'm smoking the Viola as well.
We are. We do have somebody to add to the stage really quickly. Hold on 1 second.
Let go.
It just got dark.
I just think it's that fourth square.
I think it's that fourth square. So I'm gonna put a good old Mick on mute for a second. So
I hear him.
Oh, there he is. Barely.
Is he singing Sweet Caroline?
I don't know what he's doing.
I see Mick. I see two Micks now. What's going on? Sounds like. Where is he? Is he in Dominican Republic?
I don't know. I'll put him on mute for a second. So
there we go.
Going into you guys acquiring Shafio. Yes. I want to know what that conversation was like. I mean, how did that happen? Because it's like Shafio is Justin and Crystal absolutely love them, and I love what they're doing. We've had them on here. They're a part of the club, our club as well. So for you guys to realize that, hey, I have an opportunity to acquire this brand, how did that happen?
Yeah, it really wasn't like we're sitting in a boardroom going, "No, we need to grow and we need to figure something out." It was just just along the lines of how can we help them? You know, we love their cigars. We love their logos. We love their mission, number one, and we love them. Like their kids call me Uncle Joe. Like I go to Florida, and my family hangs out with them. My son went fishing in the like, I don't know, it's a swamp, it's a river, I don't know what it is behind Justin's house, and I was afraid he was gonna catch an alligator, but he was catching like a little bass in what's up, Mick? He was catching bass with Justin and Justin's son. It was the greatest thing ever, man. You know, I spoke to Justin the days he had to put his dog down. So we're like a family, you know? So it wasn't really like, hey, we want to acquire a brand, even though my motto in my normal day-to-day business is growth by acquisition or conquering. That wasn't the case on this, you know? That wasn't the case. And I think you're going to see a lot of big things come from Sheffield Collection. I mean, they're popping up in shops all over the country right now. We are shipping out monster orders for them. We got all new packaging for them. You know, unbelievable box of the Freedom Fighter. You know, the See, Hear, and Speak. Great display cases. You know, so we think it's going to do really well. We believe in it. You know, I believe in Justin and Crystal for number one. What's up, Nick? Is he here? Is he not here? You know, I'm going to keep talking.
Hey, I know it's super loud here probably, and it's windy, but I just wanted to jump on and say hi. I don't know if you guys can even hear me. I've been freezing up all night, man. I'm on Wi-Fi in another country, but Joe, we appreciate you, man. And I don't know, Ray stuck in the internet world somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Ray, man, but thanks for jumping on. I appreciate and I'm humbled by you jumping on from another country, even though you're having a great time.
We're both smoking your cigar, man. I'm smoking your cigar. My buddy Dave here is smoking the red, the one from OGT. So, man, I brought him along. I'm smoking him, and I actually gave a blue one away to a guy today. And he's kind of a new cigar smoker, and he got into it the wrong way, man. He's got into it by buying the most expensive shit he could find, like some Arturo Fuentes, and nothing wrong with that. But I was like, bro, you're missing out on some great stuff. So definitely trying to lead some people in the right direction down here. And it's been a great week, and just chilling at the pool, smoking cigars and everything. But I really wanted to jump on and say hi, man. We love what you guys are doing. And Robert, man, that was an outstanding intro, man. Absolutely phenomenal. Hey, absolutely phenomenal. Hey, I did not want to miss it, but I also knew I couldn't do the whole show down here. So I just wanted to.
That was great, man. I'm humbled that he jumped on his vacation, and he's giving away my cigars, man. That's the best. You know, there's nothing better than that in life.
It's pretty cool that he's allowing people to be able to have a chance to try cigars that they probably don't get down there. So that's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
That's one of the fun things about the community. You know, I find the cigar community very giving, you know, and you know, not piggybacking on what you're saying, but when you're talking about this partnership and you're saying you believe in them, I can see it. That's a good partnership whenever you believe in somebody strongly, because it's like I'm not going to make them better. We're going to work together and make the whole thing amazing. I think that's what you do. That's the best thing about this industry is when you're not the big conglomerate trying to like just swallow up the little guy. You're like, there's strength in numbers.
This is the best industry. It really is. I mean, as well, you could pick up the phone and talk to another, you know, brand owner. You could talk to another manufacturer, and most of the time, they will give you great advice. You know, because everybody wants to help everybody succeed. There are some people that don't want to help other people succeed, which is crazy, because you know it's a huge ocean. There's plenty of room. You know, there's plenty of room for everybody. It's not a little sandbox. You know, you're not going to win the whole market if you drop your prices down to 10 cents a cigar. It's not going to happen. Not everybody's going to just say, "Oh, well, I'm going to buy 10 cent cigar." You know, you know, it's great. It's multifacets. We're focusing on one sector of the market, where other brands are focusing on others. So it's great, man. And you know, the Leaf, we can give everybody. I can give 20 people the same wrapper, binder, and set of fillers, and we're gonna come up with 20 different cigars. That's it. I mean, then if you give them time, we might come up with 300 cigars. It's just amazing, and the Pagliacci project it shows that, right? Because I have the Viola and I have the Azori, the dark one, the blue one. It's the same tobaccos. It's the same tobaccos. We have the same wrapper, but different version of it. I have a Claro and a Oscuro. And then the binder is the same binder on both the cigars. And then the fillers, they're the same fillers, but I have different ratios in them. So it's just, and it smokes so different. It smokes so different. When we were narrowing it down, we were like, we couldn't decide. So we had to open it up to a larger group. And, oh, there he is. We
It's
hear
me.
you, pal. We hear you. We hear you. The ghost of Ray.
Down there. Where's my holding things?
I don't know. You got to take the phone out of your pocket. Point the camera towards your face.
So let's go ahead and
What's
start
the plan?
talking about this one. This new cigar line.
Yes,
Everybody who's known the Cigar Clowns, they've known, all the band, all the advertisement, all the posters and things. They're very much out of the norm for what traditional cigars look like. You come out with this new line. One, I want to say thank you, because last year we saw a birth of everybody wanted a $20, $30, $50, $100 cigar, and they thought that was going to be the next big thing. No. This year, everybody's realizing we messed up. You guys are coming out with something that is a lot lower in price, and it's also not a clownish cigar. It's got more of a traditional style band. So
Correct.
let's go ahead and go into the thoughts behind when you first started talking about this cigar. Did you go into going, hey, I want a more budget-friendly cigar? I want to go more conservative with this band. Tell us the whole story behind this one.
Yeah, so there's actually two separate trains of thoughts came in and merged at the end. We wanted to focus on not only making a budget cigar, but a blue collar premium cigar. And we really don't want to call this a budget line, right? Because this cigar smokes like a premium cigar. It has all premium tobaccos in it. It really is a blue collar line. Like this is for the guys like me, like Ray, like, you guys, you get out after a hard day at work, you want a great cigar, but you don't need to spend 40, 50 bucks on it, 25 bucks on it. The MSRP, I think it's Ocho. I don't know if I know I'm going to skate around some YouTube rules here, but it's you can't go wrong. And it's you have a great smoking experience, you get your transitions. And then you're saying about the band. The band is, it was a project. The band was a project. And, over the last year, one of our, after every shop, we have a meeting, like after shop calls, we talk to each other, and with our reps, we get feedback. And the feedback we were getting was shops aren't taking our brand seriously. Our followers take our brand seriously, but the shops are like, I don't know, it really doesn't go with my clientele. Then I got to smoke a clown, and we're not clowning around, funny. Like, we ain't clowning around with our sticks. It's different. Like we're saying in Brooklynese, it doesn't translate well around the country, apparently, so people don't get the whole clowning thing. But so we wanted to create a band, and we clowned around with the name, and it means Cigar Clowns in Italian, Pagliacci di Sigleri. It just looks elegant. Ray came up with a great fancy logo, and we put our little touch on it. If you look closely at the band, you could see vertical lines on there. and that's for the gates in New York City. Like on the blue one, it really shows up. It's like like the shutters, like at nighttime when all the businesses closed, you have these like steel shutters. So that's a little bit of an homage to our
For
to our
those
brand.
who know what bodega grates are, that's
Correct.
what they are.
Bodega grates. And then
Hi, I'm Ray from the Cigar Clowns. I don't mean to jump in here. Hi.
Ray, we're almost done here. We're gonna wrap it up, pal.
Are you gonna get to the good stuff? You've done boring them while I haven't been here.
See you later. No. And we closed we closed the cigar with the logo. Just a little touch. On there. We want to keep it classy.
You stay classy, San Diego.
That's it, man. And the packaging's the same thing, man. Easy 5-pack, grab and go for the guys after work that are gonna go smoke with their buddies. Grab a 5-pack. It's under $40. They can pick it up at any retail shop or wherever they're getting their cigars from. Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
So I will say that when I first saw it coming out, I saw people posting a couple of images of it, and I know that I kind of scrolled past it because I just wasn't paying attention to it. And then somebody in one of our herfs started talking about it, and I was like, I swear I think I saw that name somewhere. And I went back and saw it, and or they showed it, and I said, who makes that? And they said Cigar Clowns, and I went, huh? I was like, okay. Then I asked the normal question, how much? And when they told me the price, it was like, ooh, okay, that's interesting. So it's really nice to see. And when I said a budget friendly, I'm not saying a budget line.
No,
I'm saying my wallet isn't screaming and crying when I buy this cigar. And
I get it. I'm sorry to mean to be like that, but I'm just saying, like,
there are so few brands out there. I mean, there's a couple of them coming around, but you have to appreciate the brands that are realizing, oh crap, some of the cigars are getting out of hand. Let me give some people an everyday cigar. And to me, this is one of those. So going into it, what came first? I want a lower price cigar, or I want a new line for the company.
No, me and Joe couldn't decide on a blend for the next release, so there's two versions of it.
No, he's saying you didn't hear the whole.
I know what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
I know what he's saying.
Sorry, I sometimes have to translate to Ray. No.
Joe speaks to me, guys. I apologize sometimes. It's like speaking to indigenous life.
Yeah. No, we discussed, and for a long time we wanted to come out with a lower cost cigar. We felt that the boutique-esque, craft market was outpricing itself. Like when you go into a shop and you start seeing the $15 plus cigars where most boutique brands are falling, and it's not to any of their own fault. It's because there's so many factors stacked against them. They're doing shorter runs. They're buying bands in shorter runs, boxes in shorter runs, tobacco. Everything they're doing is in shorter runs, so it's going to cost them more to import them and everything. So those factors weigh heavily on a boutique brand. We made a decision that we were going to design the line based on this premium cigar for blue collar people, and we said we're going to buy big. We're going to buy big, everything big. We're going balls to the walls on this, and that really took our production price way down, because when you're rolling cigars in any place, just name a manufacturer, it doesn't matter where. If you're doing a run of, say, 5,000 cigars, right? I don't know what the minimums are in a lot of places, say 2,500, 5,000 cigars. They have to stop what they're doing, clean everything up, take out the tobaccos for your project, have everybody learn what they have to do, right? And then they roll your cigars. 2,500 cigars takes them no time at all. And then they have to get back to their regular stuff. So there's a lot of downtime on that, right? So when you're producing more cigars, there's you're not paying for downtime. Is pretty much what I'm trying to get at. I don't know if I'm saying it the right way, but that's what I saw anyway in my trips. So
when I was in New Orleans last week, one of the cool things is we were in the hotel. There's a big courtyard, and a lot of guys in the industry were staying in that hotel. So we had a lot of nice little fireside chats.
Yes.
And one of the conversations that I kind of initiated was the brands that are afraid to take chances. Because it's like a lot of times what happens is like the consumer do something different, do something, that I want. But then when they try something new, there's a lot of backlash on it. Like nobody really wants anything new. Nobody really wants somebody to take a chance. And so they crap on that chance, and then when you come out with a cigar like this, one of the things I said, is like when you have a cigar that's budget friendly, but it punches above its weight, that's that chance. That's that thing that people are looking for. And so how do you get those people on board with what you're doing?
Well, to our consumers, right, to fans of the Cigar Clowns, the Cigar Clowns Army, as we call them, we get unbelievable feedback from it, right? From shop owners, right? They believe in this project as well because it's a low cost, high turnover SKU. That's what they're getting. They're getting guys that would come in to buy one cigar, well, they're gonna buy a 5-pack. They're getting guys that will buy a 5-pack, they're gonna buy 5-packs. And it's creating the churn. It's not gonna sit on their shelves. And it goes to show people that haven't smoked our brand, like, man, if this is an $8 stick, let me see what else they have in their line. And then you start going into our line, like, you smoke the Goldie Grace, you smoke the Geppetto, you smoke the Rodeo Clown. It's like, wow, banger after another. I believe they're bangers. You might not, but we feel that they're great cigars. And then you find out about the Sheffield collection. Those cigars hit, man. And we kind of have a broad portfolio. We have 9 SKUs now, and we're reinventing ourselves. Like I said, it's like every quarter, man. It's like every quarter, just grinding it out. I hope that answered your question, Robert.
So tell us about the 2 cigars. I know you don't like to go too much in depth into what they're made out of or where they're made out of. I guess you got that by how I described your blends.
I love that. Yeah.
So, but tell us about the differences and the likenesses of the 2 cigars.
Yeah. So as I touched on earlier, Ray, you don't mind if I handle this, do you? Perfect.
I'm here whenever you need me, babe.
I'm going, babe. I'm going. Had a couple cups of coffee before I got here.
No, I couldn't tell.
So both cigars, they both feature San Andreas wrappers, different versions of it. The Claro on the Viola, which we're smoking, and then the Oscuro on the Azori. They're both 6x54 box press. They both have the same binder. Not going to disclose it. And they both are filled with Nicaraguan fillers. You have very beautiful fillers in there. They just have different ratios. That's it. And that's the difference. It makes a world of difference. Little tweak of this, little tweak of that. And the wrapper, some people say the wrap is 30% of the flavor. Some people say it's 90% of the flavor. I can go in the middle. There's a lot of flavor on a wrapper, but tweaking the blend also helps a lot.
So going to both of you, I would love to know, after the final product came out, because I know we got some that were, I think it was Oakdale that had a lot of, I guess, not really test samples, but it was test samples. What do y'all think about this? So after you guys came up with the final blend, the final ratio, I'd love to hear from both of you what you thought about the final. I know you're going to go, I love it. It's a great cigar, but there has to be a little bit more to that. What did you guys think about the final product?
No, you're on a roll. I'll wait. No, I'm good.
So the OGT, the OGT people, man, the fans, the society, good friends of ours, they got both the cigars, right? we couldn't choose. We didn't know if we wanted to come out with the Azori or the Viola first, right? We knew they were both unbelievable blends. We just didn't know what we wanted to come to market with. So we decided to test it on a larger scale outside of our normal circle. And we did like a little QR code set up with a voting system. And man, it was like 5,000 cigars, right? And the votes came in 51-49. You know, it was like right there, neck and neck. So we said we had to come out with both of these cigars. You know, it's just like, it's too close. You know, who likes this one more? Who likes it? It's right there. It's 50-50. And the final product, man, blown away. I am blown away from the packaging, first of all, the wrapper looks great on the cigar. The mouthfeel feels great on the cigar. The band, unbelievable. The packaging. Like these little boxes. We work so hard on these little things, and they're great. They got a little Bovita pack in there. We have SKUs on the outside, SKUs on the inside. We're becoming a real cigar brand. I can't believe this. It's and we have beautiful display boxes
For
too,
real
for the
cigar
shops,
brands
too.
problems.
That's right. But we have beautiful display boxes as well. They hold 100 cigars. So, they're created for the, grab and go, high turnover.
So Mario, Ray.
Nah, we got jokes. You know what? I deserve that. I was late. I'll take that. I'll take those shots all day. It's all good.
Love you, brother. So
No,
what were your
likewise.
thoughts? Give us your thoughts on it.
Yeah, like we've been in this predicament in a good way before. I'll give you guys a little story early on days on the Cigar Clowns when we had the Scaramouche. And the Scaramouche was this little, if you had it, I'm going to say you were blessed, because I think that was one hell of a stick that was so deserving of being put to market. But, we had a little bit of predicament. We had a very limited supply of them. We were thinking about keeping it for us, for the brand. Like if we would go to a cut and light, or we would go hang out with people, that would be like our handout stick. We would make it like our personal collection that we would only have, and you would only be able to get it through us. But, we was like, do we do that? Do we pass on the opportunity for people to get this and stuff like that? And that's kind of like one of the things that we created those crazes on, that we started on early on with, right? So like for us we turn around and say, you know what, we're not going to take this for ourselves. We're going to put this out to the market. And it was a huge success, and it sold out really quickly, and it was cool. But, even like, with Oakland, I get to test it again because I'm the society member. So I got to test it again, which was fun. Even though I told Eric not to send it to me, but he sends it to me anyway because he forgets, which is hysterical. But yeah, man, this is a project that's kind of special and near and dear to us. Especially where we try to get the price point out. We've been working on this project for over 2 years. There was a lot of back and forth with the artwork on it. Giving it to society to test out, which is great. We've done that before. We did that with the original Rodeo Clown before that came out, and had that helped kind of get us where we wanted to get the Rodeo Clown to where it is today, with Tony blessing us with that project and making that cigar phenomenal. But yeah, man, it's a blue collar project. We're a blue collar brand, and we, all three of us, the three original, co-founders of the brand, were all blue collar guys. We started this during a really, crappy time in the world when, during COVID, and we wanted to try to do something positive with something that we all loved. And, being able to see where we're at now and be able to give back, to, our customers and our loyal fans, putting out a premium product like this and showcasing it the way we did with the marketing, all based on home and being out there on a Sunday with your uncle or your grandfather or your father smoking a cigar like this after a nice Sunday dinner with your family. We kind of wanted to implement, our growth in Brooklyn, since we are, based out of New York City, and kind of give you a touch of, that blue collar spirit that we bring. Dad, Joe's dad was a blue collar guy. My dad's a blue collar guy. Danny's father is a blue collar guy. It runs through the blood here, we're born and raised New Yorkers. We have a different type of pride. We have a different type of step. It's not cockiness, it's confidence, and I think that's what we bring to the table with our brand. We stand by our brand and what we believe in, and I think bringing this project to market has been a great experience. Been a lot of ups and downs, learning experiences and stuff, but it's been a hell of a ride so far with this project.
So before I go into the next question, I'm going to go to the chat really quickly. And guys, if you have any questions in the chat, make sure you jump in and post them in there. We've also gone over the hashtags. If you haven't won anything this month, hashtag Real Smoke. If you have, if you're a Patreon member, hashtag PAT or Real Smoke PAT, as well as if you haven't won anything or tried Beard Apothecary out yet, hashtag Real Smoke Beard. Let's see. We have this one on here. Says Cigars with Angel says, I think Ray was broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. He was struggling a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I was having issues.
Josephus says, love the Goldie Grace and all three of the evil monkeys. I would agree. Love that cigar. Love all of those cigars. Brent says, this technical difficulty is brought to you by 100%. Hey, that spot is still on for anybody. If anybody out there, I don't care what brand you are, if you want to sponsor the technical difficulty sponsorship, go ahead, reach out to us. We'll get to you.
I have to talk offline. I like that.
Yeah. Brent says, one of my favorite things is hooking up with my buddies and smokes. Mick jumping on here, talking about being with his buddy out, different country, being able to enjoy cigars. One of the best things about cigars is you can go to a bar with your buddy and have drinks and sit there and talk all night. But there's something about going into a cigar lounge, lighting up a cigar. You guys don't have to say a word, but you know exactly what you're thinking, and you can sit back and just enjoy the time. So, Josephus says, can't wait to try mine. Thanks again, guys, for doing shows like this and allowing broke-ass clowns like me to try cigars.
Josephus is great.
He is. Cigar Test Ride says, can't wait for my cigar clowns to finish resting. And the last one we have on here is Ray needs to stop monopolizing the conversation. 100%. So the last one, I can't post this one on here because it's on my phone, but Mick did send me a message because his whatever internet was going down. He says, please tell Joe and Ray thank you. Love what they do. And Robert couldn't be a better fill-in. So Mick sends all his love to all you guys.
We got to get Robert. We got to talk offline to do like some type of bowling pin throwing knives or something like that.
There you go.
You can work on a custom project if you want.
Always looking for something fun to do.
That's it.
So you guys talk about the collar. I'm a 35-year machinist, and so everything that I do on my own is I want to appeal to the blue collar guy. I make knives. I've been making knives for 10 years, and everyone goes, well, why don't you sell your knives for $400? I'm not going, because the blue collar guy is not going to spend $400 on a knife. Right. I want to keep my knives in the range where people can get it. They'll enjoy it. They'll use it. It's not going to sit in a cabinet and just get dusty. I love the fact that when blue collar guys get together, they think about their brothers. Whether they know them or not, they think about everybody in that world. And how can I make this cigar or this knife or whatever I do approachable to them? And I mean, you can tell. I mean, I'm enjoying this cigar.
Oh, man.
And I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I love the fact that you mentioned the blue collar guy.
Thank you, man. That's what we consider ourselves. That's it.
I'm a blue collar guy every day. I'll be doing that at getting up at 4:30, going to do that, bro. It's the same thing with Joe. Joe's gonna be getting up at 5 a.m. going to do his blue collar thing, and his every day. Same thing with our other partner, Danny. So yeah, we know the drive. We you know what I mean. It's kind of instilled in us.
Yeah.
That's kind of going back to what I said about the price point that you guys put this at. Was I really appreciate the fact that I can now find something at this price, and that holds up to that price. People want to, when other brands try to go down and they do a budget friendly cigar, you don't want to smoke it. But it's very rare that you see somebody actually put out the time and effort to put out a quality cigar that cost a real price. I mean, like you said, if any boutique cigar comes out, before anybody tells you what the price is, you already know in your head, I'm spending almost $20 on this cigar.
It's true.
The average blue collar person can't smoke that every day.
That's right. That is right. You know, and it's not a knock on other boutique. We love all the boutique. I smoke boutiques. That's all I smoke. So, you know, for us, it's just all about connecting, right? You know, we see the turmoil in the world. You know, we see everybody working harder and getting less. You know, you go to the grocery store, it's less and less. You know, you go for gas now. Man, I drive a little Honda. You know, my car was like $20 to fill up. Now it's like 50. You know, my truck at work, I have to put the credit card in twice because the $175 limit. You know, it's not enough for the diesel in the work trucks. So it's, you know, everything is getting stretched. And what could happen, you know, to the industry, because this is disposable income we're burning, right? You're smoking a cigar, you're burning money. It could dry up as fast as the market boomed. It can dry up, and if we can have a great alternative to the top end premium cigars. Listen, I ain't saying this is a $50 cigar. You know, I am saying it smokes a lot better than the current price point. I will say that. I will say that. You know, if we would have thrown it in a piano box and, you know, put some fancy dividers in there, maybe a sub box inside of it, yeah, we could have sold it for a lot more. But why? You know, we everything we did was budget friendly, man. The boxes being cardboard, you know, we embossed them too. They're not just like flat carved, you know, they're embossed, you know.
You know, think about it too, Charles, kind of following into what you're saying, right? Like what's better than let's use a construction worker, for instance, which is kind of the realm of my industry, right? So like they want to go to their local lounge on a Friday, it's payday. Oh, I'm gonna go grab a 5-pack of Pagliacci's. Maybe I'll grab both blends. I got the boys coming over for Memorial Day weekend. We're gonna smoke. We're gonna barbecue. Got the families coming over. What's better than smoking a premium cigar at that price point, sitting back there with your buddies and hanging out and enjoying a good time after busting your ass all week? You know what I mean? Or, you know, working 2 jobs maybe. You know, maybe you're a single dad. You know, like, you know, why can't we cater to those people who bust their ass day in and day out and have a premium smoke in their hand, who enjoy cigars, who, oh, you know what, I don't have money in the kitty this week or in the credit union to go out and go grab a $15 cigar. And again, not knocking anything that's high, bro. People who could afford that, that's great. You know, and people can go in and smoke those when they can. That's great. And we're not saying that you shouldn't do that. Like, listen, first and foremost, Joe will tell you, and we tell everybody in every podcast that we've ever been on, we are consumers first. That's how we started. We are consumers, and we are still consumers. We still go into lounges. We're still buying, you know, premium tobacco. We're still buying boutique brands. You know, we're supporting our brothers and sisters out there in the boutique industry. You know, we're seeing what's out there, what's new. We still smoke. We still enjoy conversations about, oh, did you try the new My Father Blue? It's insane. I was on the El Pupo for like 2 years, bro. I couldn't put that cigar down. Joe, tell you how many El Pupos I went through. I was obsessed with that cigar. Obsessed.
Too many.
Obsessed. So yeah, you know, it goes either way. That's the audience that we're trying to attract with this project. You know, it's kind of like I said, like we were saying earlier, it's kind of like a give back. You know, it's something, you know, we're a humble brand. Like we know where we came from, and we're still grinding every day. So if we can help somebody else out, we're about, you know, that's who we're about. That's who we are.
And I feel we got this stigmata, maybe because we're New York guys, that we're not approachable, or you know, we got a little attitude or something. We don't. It's just we're New York. We're direct. We're blunt. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm going to tell you the way I feel. It is what it is. You know, if I'm upset, I'm going to let you know. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to hug you. You know, I might whisper in your ear something. There's
no fucking trophy for second place. Excuse my French.
That is the truth.
You know what I'm saying? That's the generation that we came up in the streets. You know, there was no failing. It doesn't matter what you did. You're gonna play softball in the street with your friends. You wanted to win every single time. You wanted to stop out the competition, bro. That competitiveness was built in myself and Joe and Danny from a very, very young age, and we're instilling that in our kids. Joe will tell you, you know, it's that mentality. It's like, yo, go get what's yours, bro. Nothing's gonna be handed to you at the end of the day. Go get what's yours. Get your hands dirty. Clean money, dirty hands, all day, every day.
That's right.
So really quickly, Mick chimed in. I guess he's still watching over there on the beach. He says he is excited that it is a box press. Mick absolutely loves a box press. I will say this. I love a box press when it's rolled correctly. but you find so many box press cigars that it seems like they don't care enough about it. It's either plugged or it's wide open. You can't find a good draw on it. So for somebody to actually put a good box press together, that's fantastic.
You didn't pass a note to Mick before he went on vacation that we sent you, that we made this box press specifically for him because we know how much he loves box presses?
I was going to tell him, but when he ditched on me and said he wasn't going to be on here tonight, I was like, fuck him. No, I'm not going to tell him that.
You know what?
Terrible.
You know what, Mick?
Terrible.
I tried, bro. I tried.
He's enjoying
You
himself on the
owe us
beach.
another podcast day now when your ass comes back. I'm saying that on the recording, so when you watch it back, you can see it.
There you go. We'll do it.
But we
So
love
Rob says,
we love Rob. No
so
disrespect.
Rob's on here. So Rob's on here. Rob Cigars R says $15 cigar at a $8 price point. That's saying a
Appreciate that,
lot.
Rob. I appreciate that, Rob.
Got to give a big shout out because I haven't talked to this guy in what feels like
Frankie.
years. Frankie
Faison.
Fish is on here.
Wow.
K-Fi.
Had one today. Fantastic. Forget about it.
My
My
man.
man.
My man. And
That's
that's
my
a
brother
fellow
from another mother.
Fellow New Yorker.
I love
right
Frankie
there.
so much.
That's
Great
my guy.
man. Great guy.
So when we're talking about this line,
Yes, sir.
and I kind of hope I get the answer that I want, but I'm not sure.
Mm.
You've got two cigars in this line. You've got a fantastic price point for the cigar. Do you plan on taking this cigar line out further with either other blends with this price point, or is this kind of like, you can't say it's a one and done because it's a two. Is it a two and done, or do you plan on building on it?
Yo, you want to go in the green room and discuss this before we answer?
Hey man, we can do breaking news, man. Like
There you
either
go.
the fourth quarter or first quarter, we'll have a couple more out of this line. So this line is going to expand. The feedback is incredible. You know, we're getting a lot of love. Yes, so it is going to expand. At least 2, possibly 3 more coming very soon. And it will be at that same price point. I mean, right, we're very, very close to it, you know. We want to keep it at that price point. Depends on how strong the American dollar is.
So I know how open you are about blends. Any idea what the blend's going to be? The wrapper is not going to tell you. The binder is stop asking. And the filler is quit. Don't even ask again.
That's it. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
There you go.
No baxes.
Yeah, man. They're coming. I will say we have been working on it. We did receive an almost final product, I would say, right?
It's not
very
there yet.
not there. It's
Not
very,
there.
very, very, very
It's
close.
not there yet.
Very close.
Hey, you know,
It came up
whenever
to
you
me in
start
the
putting out
inspection
stuff-
line, and I was like, nope, needs a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I think we'll be all right.
It's close.
You know, if you ever need anybody to go ahead and smoke some of them, you know who to reach out to. Just say,
We could.
let us
We could.
in on
Charles.
that.
Say
Let us
less,
in
bro.
on that.
Say less, bro.
We can definitely
All
put
right,
you on
so-
the taste test panel.
Yeah, man.
What's funny is y'all have a question coming up that's kind of close to that. But
I
so
don't want
whether
a
it's
$10.
with oh, never mind. I'm done.
No.
So whether it's with Cigar Clowns, whether it's with this line here, or whether it's with Shafio, what do you guys look forward to in the future? You have a lot going on because I mean you've got your normal what you guys do for Cigar Clowns, you've got this line, and then you've got what you're working with Shafio. So 2026, early 2027, what are we looking at?
I think just I think that's a great question. What do we think? You know, we know our end goal. We know how we want to get there. You know, and it's just slow and steady wins the race, right? We're growing. We want to be a household name.
We want everybody to appreciate our cigars. We want everybody to try our cigars. We want to have a cigar that fits everybody. You know, right now we have 9 SKUs. 9's a lot, but you know, there's 2 separate brands, so it's not that many. You know, we want to have shelves in shops. That's it. Total market domination. No, let me stop.
What are we gonna do, Pinky? Take over the world.
Take over the world, baby. Take over the world. You know,
Mhm.
maybe we have another small brand that wants to partner up and you know, needs some help. You know, we could pull our resources. You know, we're into collaborations. We do everything, man. You know, we're not going to turn down anything. We keep all our options open. We've been blessed. We've been helped by Cigar Royalty at our infancy stage, so we're willing to help anybody. And that's what our doors open, our phones open. Everybody has my phone number in the industry, including fans. My phone rings all night long, where I have to actually shut my phone off, which I never had to do before. I'm thinking about getting another phone for my mother, in case she has to call me in the middle of the night. You know,
It's a burner phone.
That's it, man. It's crazy, you know. And I take the calls, right? You never know when somebody needs to talk to you. Like I've been, you know, I've talked plenty of people off the edge, man. You know, and if I'm eating in the middle of dinner and somebody needs to talk and they're going through something, I tell people all the time, you can call me, man. And that's what it is. I try to be a real person. And that's it. You know, and unfortunately, it happens, you know. Yeah, I mean, I'm here for them, so it's fortunate I'm here for them. I shouldn't say unfortunately. But unfortunately for my wife, it is what it is. She's like, can't you not take a phone call during dinner? I'm like, I'm trying to make a sale. I'm trying to help a salesman. I'm trying to help my buddy, you know. I'm trying to go on a podcast. You know, it is what it is. I got to do stuff.
I'm the only one she doesn't say that about when I call at dinner time.
That's right. That's right. That is the truth. Ray's the only one my dog likes too.
Well, I mean, for me,
That's
it's
true.
like when after smoking that one cigar, Rob gave me 3 of those, and I'm like, after smoking, I fully intended on smoking the other 2, you know. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my local B&M and say, hey, you know, try this. Tell me what you think. Hit these guys up. You know,
man, Rob, I appreciate that, man, because that's word of mouth, and that's the best type of recommendation, man. That is, you know, there's nothing better when somebody recommends something to you personally.
Yeah,
you know, it's not, you know, that's it. Like, I like this. Maybe you would too. Maybe your customers would appreciate that. That's honored you would do that for us, man. Thank you. Thank
you. Got it, man. You got it.
So what's the next thing that Cigar Clowns are working on right now? I know that we are almost in. I know we're almost in the middle of the year, so the Festivus has to be coming out soon.
Festivus is done. Festivus is resting.
Festivus is resting.
Okay.
Easy.
So
That's
do you
an
want to
easy
tell us a
fire-off
little bit
bang.
about it? What do you think about it?
I think a lot of things about it. It's going to be fantastic, like it is every year.
That's what we're known for, is the Festivus, man. We have to bring our A game for the Festivus.
That's our A game, man.
When you line up all the Festivus, because everybody talks about, oh, this Festivus was better than this one. Where do you line this one up with all the others?
They each
too early to tell. Man. Yeah, it's too early to tell.
Yeah, and it's not aged enough.
I'm hoping to pull
it's not there yet.
No, it's so fun to it's so fun to talk with you guys, because everything is so close to the vest that I love it.
Yeah, man.
But the fact that I get to play with it and try to pull it out and see and just get kind of the conversation going, it's fun.
Man.
So I will tell you one thing, right? We're gonna bring back one of our old school blends as maybe a limited release. It's gonna be a different Vitola, I think. Right? What do you think? That Vitola was knock out of your park, right? It's gotta be different. It's gotta be different.
Yeah. I already got a sick band concept for it. A revamp.
So we're you know, it was.
Oh, come on. Which one is it?
Oh, you're not getting that. There's no shot. There's no shot.
You gotta give it to me. I tried.
I'm putting my foot down. No shot.
I tell you,
I'll put it to you like this. I'll give you a clue. If you know me, right, on a personal level, on a cigar personal level, whatever the case may be, it's a project that's near and dear to my heart. That's all I can tell you.
All right.
Out of all of our cigars,
super fans will know. Super
fans will absolutely know. I just dropped the bomb. People, the Discord's probably blowing up right now.
Uh-oh.
So if you want the information, go in there.
That's
There
it.
you go.
But yeah, man, it's we've been asked by our fans, can we bring back some of the buns? Of course we can. We just have to see, when and where, what's a good time to do it. And I think we have so many balls in the air. Why not throw another one up there and let's get it going, and these are for our mom and pops, man, just to help drive sales.
Here's the best answer to your question, Charles. For us, there was a lot of refocus on the brand this year for 2026, right? PCA was on the table at one point for us for this past year, with the merger and Shafio, coming part of the Cigar Clowns family. We took time, we stepped back, we looked at the whole situation, and we decided to reinvest in ourselves, especially with that brand and relaunching and repolishing Shafio collection, right? So that was kind of like the focus for us. We've already started the blending process for 2028 for Festivus. I mean, it's not even like it's infancy stages at this point, but like kind of selecting like where we're going to be at and where we're going in that direction for the next fiscal, because we like to get, that's like Joe said, that's our gravy for the year. That's what we're known for. That's our special project that we do every single year for 5 years. This is going to be year 6 for us, or year 6. Every one that we put out a special. As far as one over the other, I mean, I've always favored the first one personally for myself, because it was our first Festivus. It was our first, project. It was always, my favorite. But then I would say 2024, the white label was like, that kind of crept up to like that, top echelons for me as far as the Festivus is concerned. With this year's project, we're bringing the same energy that we bring every year, bro. When we come out with the Festivus, we celebrate it. Joe puts the wrestling outfit on, we get the pole out. You know what I mean? We do the whole little traditional thing on Christmas Eve. And we had the grievances. We do a huge herf. I think last year we had like 35 people, 40 people in that room at one point.
It was a lot of fun, man.
Everybody came, everybody got their Festivus. It's something that we look forward to, that we plan, obviously you're looking at now a year and a half out, almost at this point for the next one. So yeah, it's a project that's near and close to our heart as far as our limited editions, because it's a 1 year off, and taking the space in the holiday season market, even though it's not the best time. People are buying gifts from people for cigars, but it's a little bit of a low time. But so it's good for us. It's kind of, again, wanting to stand out and be a little bit different instead of doing the Halloween stick, which is very popular in our industry.
I will say this, that over the last couple of years, as soon as the announcement is made that the Festivus cigar is out, it's gone. You can't find it. How do I know this? Because I have tried every year and I've yet to be able to get one. Every time that all the shops online says, hey, we've got this one, I go on there, go to get it, sold out. And it's like, holy crap. I know the cigar is good, but dang, I just want to be able to say it's good. So I just want a heads up who's going to have the cigar. That way I can go ahead and tell them, hey, send me a cigar. I'll send you extra money just to be able to get it. But I can't wait for this year's Festivus, because, it's one of those things, everything from Aldi to Rob to everybody who is in our club that has a chance to try it, they always say it's so good. So I know it's something that, everybody who's listening to this one, your fans out here are going to be excited to be able to get to try. So,
and it's funny how you say we keep things close to the chest. We do. We have to, right? Because if too much, everything takes a long time to plan. If we say too much, somebody can jump on a project quicker than we can sometimes. We get held up, different things happen. We have to allocate funds to something else, can't bring something out. We have problems with bands. With this cigar project, we had a whole bunch of mistakes, and our army was able to benefit. They got to try the mistakes, and shit happens, right? But it was great. It worked out for everybody at the end of the day. So, and I think our fans appreciated that too.
because they were able to buy some quality sticks, and it was such a little minute detail that was wrong. But it wasn't the Pagliacci. It wasn't the right cigar.
To piggyback on Charles, you guys were talking about the Festivus. It almost feels like a unicorn to me because I've heard about it. I've never seen one in person, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm on board with the hunt for this cigar. But on that other one, when you're talking about bringing back the old, and you're going to go to a different Vitola, to try to get a little bit more out of you. Are you going to go to like a smaller? Or are you going to go to, are you going to go more wrapper forward, or what are you going to go for?
It's going to be a very popular cigar size.
I tried, Charles. I tried.
That was
Bro,
good.
there has been many times I've tried to get information out of these guys. You can't get it out, but I still try. So great job to you for trying.
Yeah,
it was good.
You got to understand something, Rob. Listen, we come from an Italian culture, right? So there's no business at the dinner table ever, right? And everything with us is loyalty and honor. So when we say that we're gonna, the way we talk stuff and we disclose information, that's why we're so kind of close. That we keep things in the family. Not that there's anybody that we don't consider to be family alongside with us, but in the inner circle between the three of us, there are certain things that we like to keep close to. Just and besides the fact that, like Charles pointed out, like it's fun. That's kind of like how we built our reputation and our brands. At the end of the day, we have coined the phrase "trust our palate." You're gonna like what we put on, what we put out to you, right? We're going through the rigorous process of testing blends. There's been times that we've gone through a blend that we've had to tweak 10 to 15 to 20 times, bro, before we got it where we needed it to get. This ratio wasn't good. This ratio was too much. The burn was bad. We got to change the leaf. We have to age the leaf longer. We've been through the mill when it comes to stuff like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I get it because when I'm coming out with a new design or something like that for my knives, it goes through several iterations before I get what I want, And then also you guys being Italian, you're never sharing mom's spaghetti recipe.
No, that's the truth. That's the truth.
See, when it comes to these guys, one of the things that anytime I know that I'm going to be talking with either one of them or both of them, it's always, okay, I want to play the game of how much can I get out of them versus how much are they going to shut me down. And if they shut me down more than I get out of them, they win. But if I can get at least one nugget, if I can get one nugget out, I win. And
you won.
I will say I've never won.
You just won. You just won. You heard about it. Top
okay,
level 10 product.
Listen. Vegas, the house always wins, but sometimes you hit that button, bro, and that comes your way.
Mm-hmm. You
never know. You got to keep trying.
Nobody outside of Dan. Yeah, nobody outside of Danny Ray, myself, and the blender knows we're working on this. That's it. Nobody. Now you and your audience now know.
There we go.
Real smoke wins. Winner, chicken dinner. Let's go.
Winner.
Yeah, that's.
All right, guys. So going toward the ends of it, you've been with us before. We do have what we call hot box questions, and we've revamped it just a little bit. It is 2 questions from Robert. It's going to be 2 questions from me, and then we have a special question that we'll get to at the end of it. But we always have to ask, are you willing to play hot box questions?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. Tonight's hot box questions are brought to you by somebody that you guys love as well as we do. It's brought to you by John with Beard Apothecary.
I wish it all sounded like that. But hey, it is what it is. I am a Swiftie by marriage. And that's where it started. 2023 when I had to take her to go see Tay in Nashville. From there, the Bearded Swiftie was born. And in honor of that, I got to pick my own scent. And here she is, the Bearded Swiftie. It is leather and cedar forward. It's going to be a core line release. It's going to be live today, April 16th. So make sure y'all come and get some. And this is the scent that I put this in my beard, walk into the room, good chance I'm going to take your girl, and I'm probably going to write a hit song about it, and I'm still going to have a better beard than you. So make sure you like, follow, and do all the things you got to do for the Real Smoke family. And we appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Stay metal, my friends. Don't let the beard look weird.
Huge thanks to John with Beard Apothecary. You gotta love that one.
Love John.
By the way,
That's
if
funny.
one more time, if you guys, if you have not won anything from us from Beard Apothecary, make sure you type in the hashtag Real Smoke Beard. That is the product we're gonna give. We're gonna give you either a beard oil or a beard balm, but you're gonna get something from that scent. So,
And guys,
as always,
with shiny domes like me, you can put that oil nice on there. Yep, it's nice, moisturizes. I'm telling you, nice.
Oh, it sucks. Sorry, guys. I don't have that problem yet. Thank God.
calm
Why is
down,
he on
Mario.
this?
Chill
Take
out.
him off. Take him off. Come on. Okay,
Bro, what do you want me to tell you, bro? I don't have weak Mediterranean blood. I got half Irish in me. I got Nordic blood. This is from the Nordic side, bro. What do you want me to tell you? It is what it is, bro. I didn't make me. God did. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, as always, Mick always goes first on these things. Robert, you're going to be the one that goes first this time. Robert, what is your first question for Hotbox Questions?
All right. So, when you were a kid, what was your dream adult career?
Good job.
Yeah, man. Like when I was a kid, like we specifying an age group, like adolescent teen.
Jeez, how many
or
times did you change your friggin' mind?
Ah,
My
forget
God.
it, man. Yeah, man.
Pick
I
one.
was wanting to be a longshoreman.
There you go. That's it. There's no elaboration on that. It's just.
I mean,
longshoreman.
I mean, when I was younger, I wanted to do different things.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. All right, fair enough.
My son wanted, when he was like in kindergarten, they ask you what you want to be when you grow up. He said he wanted to be an evil scientist, and I have that on video. That's the best. They played that in
That's
his
great.
kindergarten. They played that in his kindergarten thing when they all asked these kids, "Who wants to be a doctor?" My son's like, "I want to be an evil scientist." I was like, "That's my boy right there. Let's go."
That's funny.
That's aspiration right there.
Right. Let's go.
For me, I was always into trucks. I always wanted to drive like, the big 18-wheelers. I was obsessed with garbage trucks as a kid. I used to walk my mother up to the corner when I was growing up, and I would just watch traffic. Now I sit in it every day, but I used to watch it when I was a kid when I didn't have to worry about driving. But yeah, I mean, I kind of supplement that. I do have a machinery now, so it's kind of a cool alternative to kind of the direction I wanted to go. And I was always interested in big trucks and shit. So that's yeah.
When I was a kid and I watched that movie Convoy, I wanted to drive a truck too.
My man. Okay.
All right. So, question number 2. What is the childhood memory that you still have that makes you laugh?
Jesus. I mean, there's so many.
I got one. I
need a minute.
It's an embarrassing moment for my aunt, but when my sister, she was sick, she had to go for surgery, and like me and my brother lived with my aunt and my cousins for, it was like a little longer than a summer. I don't know. I was young. I was like 7 or something like that. And we were in the mall and we were in a card store. Remember, you used to go to the card store and you had to get cards all the time. And my aunt sneezed and farted. And my little brother was like, "Hey, blah, 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 you snorted." And he's fucking, and we're all little kids, we're all hysterical laughing. My aunt's beat red. She's pulling us, fucking, let's get out of here. Oh my God. It was just, that shit makes me laugh. I'm laughing right now. But yeah, my brother was like maybe 4 at the time. And he just was like, "You snorted." But yeah, sorry. That's my funny story. To me, hysterical.
My funny story is actually the first time I drank a 40. And the first 40 I ever drank in my life was a St. Ides. If you know what that is. And it was, thinking about it now, it just turns my stomach. So the simple fact that I was shitting my pants, that my mother would find out, because, my mother was the authoritative figure. My father was the, You know, he had to step in when he had to step in. My mom was, you know, you were getting your ass beat. You walked in the door. She was, you know, whatever. So anyway, so sneaking around, went to my buddy's house. His parents weren't home. We drank. I got a little drunk. I was shitting myself going home. I'm like, I'm dead. I'm going to be grounded for the rest of my life. I was like, I don't know, 12, maybe 13. And I'm like, so I get home. And my mother's still up. I'm like, fuck, I'm sweating my ass. I go in the bathroom. I wash my face. I don't want to smell like alcohol. I freaking brush my teeth. I'm trying to cover every track that I can cover. She's up. She's like, how was your night? I'm like, yeah, it was good. I'm kind of like trying not to slur my words. She's like, you all right? I was like, yeah, I'm just tired. I'm going to sleep. And I went to bed. When I got in bed, she's like, I'm going to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. And I sat in that bed and like that sigh of relief in bed, like you didn't get caught. You're like, oh my God. I was like, I'm petrified for like hours. I'm like, you know, you're doing the wrong thing, but you do it anyway because you got to live that experience. Yeah, that's kind of like my little funny childhood memory that I have that popped up. That's the first thing that popped up, which is crazy. But yeah.
All right, so I have to jump on that one. So I have to say, you know, your mom and my mom, we got to say our mom's a saint because of the stuff that they had to put up with.
Same here.
So I lived in Kentucky, and we were in the eastern part of Kentucky. Rural as rural can be. Literally, my next door neighbor did not have running water. So I'm sitting on the bridge going into the area that goes to my house. So my dad goes out of town for business, and my buddy up the road, you know, we're 16, 17. We can go into the local Five and Dime and get whatever we want. We get a 24 pack of Natty Ice. We go down to the bridge. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. We kill this pack of Natty Ice. I did not realize my mom could see that bridge. I go in 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I go to bed. She wakes me up at 5:30 to say, hey, I don't feel good. I need you to drive me to work. 16, 17 years old, an hour of sleep. And I have to drive her not only to work, but my ass home. One, how the woman trusted that I could get her there without killing us both, that's great. But the fact that she had the guts to go, I'm going to make him pay for this, the woman was a saint. She had somebody on her shoulders.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Absolutely. And you learned a valuable lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Never again.
I'll tell you what, I'm so glad that I did not live in a cell phone culture back when I was a teenager.
That's the truth. We had those disposable cameras.
100%.
Oh yeah.
You went to 316s and they were on the table. Yo, take pictures of the party. You would look at you and you would develop them after you look at all the crazy dumb shit pictures.
My hammer was in every single Sweet 16 fucking photo.
Yeah,
montage.
man.
I used to take that into the bathroom. Fucking.
Yeah. I agree, man. That's one thing we were blessed with, man, as adolescents, is being out on the street. I was never home. Never home. Never tracked, right.
Used to leave 8 o'clock in the morning, 7:45, come home when it was late, you know. Then we used to break night, you know, and being in the city, like go to the park and just hang out all night, drink, you know, whatever. Yeah, man. We are definitely lucky we didn't grow up in that era. Because everything you put on a cell phone, it's receipts, right? You text somebody, I don't like this guy. You got a receipt, you know. People you trust. End of the day, you know, you don't realize when you get close with somebody, they might not be close to you.
Right.
And that's a killer, man. That is a fucking killer.
A generation where you had to pick up the phone and call the house and be asking for somebody and wait to talk to somebody. Like, or you would beep somebody, have to wait for them to call you back if they were close to a phone. Make sure you had change on you. The fact
that you had to call the girl that you liked and her family picked up and not her.
Yes, right.
You know, dreading that dad picked up the phone. That was horrible.
That's right.
Well, heck, I remember
what do you want?
And then having to call, collect, and go, we made it where we're supposed to be, kind of, you know, wherever we're at.
Yeah.
Real quick message, yes. Yeah, free message. Yeah.
And like
it's the Pizza Hut commercial. We got a baby. It's a boy.
Yo, that's a fact, man. That was the best.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'm here. Blah, 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 boom. Then you heard that they didn't accept the call. Perfect. Hang up. If they did accept the call, you were in trouble.
Yes.
I was like, no, get your ass home now. Okay, I'm coming.
No, we lived the life, bro. Joe would tell you when we were much younger. My mother, so like the way my childhood home was growing up in Bensonhurst. It was a set of houses. It was 61st Street and 62nd Street, and in between both of those blocks behind the houses, there was it was separated by an alleyway. So a lot of parts of the neighborhoods would have these alleyways that you would be able to cut through your friend's like property again, not have to go walk around the block. So like my mother would be able to yell out the window from the back window, and I would be able to hear her through the alleyway on the next block. And you knew damn well when those street lights came on, if your ass wasn't home and she had to come get you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those were good days. Good days.
So I didn't live in the city. I didn't live in like New York City. I lived in Chattanooga at the time. So it was the 80s, late 80s version of a neighborhood. It was basically a road with some houses. So we were out in all the different things, and all of my friends' family knew my dad had the whistle. He was that guy that would stick that finger in his mouth and blow that whistle. And as soon as he thought it was dark, we would all be running around somewhere, and my dad would whistle 3 times, and every kid in the neighborhood would know that whistle, and they would split. It would look like rats when the lights come on, and they were gone. And it was, my dad was like the timekeeper for the entire neighborhood. He would step on the back porch, make that whistle 3 times, and if we weren't home within 10 minutes, we were in trouble.
Ooh,
the clock started.
Because you were way too far than you should have been.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Or somewhere
All right,
you shouldn't have been. That's it.
So question number 3, Robert.
All right.
Go into, what is question number 3?
If you could go back in time and change anything, would you?
Personally?
Yeah.
That kid answer yes in so many ways. Many ways.
That brings up, there's so many sci-fi movies about it, like and the one I just watched recently was like a short series. No, you can't change anything, man. You think you're doing the right thing, and it just freaking ruins the world. Yeah. What's the one I just watched? It was about JFK's assassination. You guys see that? I don't know, that was 1963 or 63 or something. Great miniseries, man. You should watch that. I think it was. I don't know. It's on Netflix or Amazon or something like that. One of those Paramount. Who knows? Unbelievable.
I'll go with the same thing that Joe said. As an avid fan and probably one of my favorite trilogies of all time, Back to the Future. What happens at the end of the series? They destroy the time machine, right?
Yep.
All right. So question number 4, last question. What is the dumbest way you've ever injured yourself?
Dumbest way I ever injured myself.
Dumbest way I ever injured myself was driving home from work one day, and I'm just doing my normal thing in the commute, and driving, listening to sports radio, doing my thing. All of a sudden, I had this little bit of like a sneezing attack. It was like around this time. I think it was springtime. I got bad allergies, so I sneezed, and I just sneezed really hard the wrong way. Completely blew out the bottom part of my back. Felt like a week. Couldn't even stand. Like, no bullshit.
Honestly,
could not even
I've
stand.
done that.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? I
Yeah.
sneezed. And I'm like, oh! And I locked up, and I'm like, I'm driving like cockeyed. So I gotta get home with like I'm spasming. It's like, that sucked. That's a dumb way to get hurt.
I'm gonna go a little different in the way my story goes. Is I got in trouble. My mother took a wooden spoon, a favorite wooden spoon, and hit me in the head, and it cracked. And I laughed because it didn't hurt because the spoon broke. She then took the hot ladle out of the chicken soup with chicken soup because she was making chicken soup or stock, and decided to beat the shit out of me. And I had burn marks and everything. So yes, that was probably the dumbest. I should have just took it and be like, "Oh my god, you hit me in the head with a wooden spoon." But it broke a favorite wooden spoon, and I laughed like an asshole. And the rage came out of her. My mom's a very tough lady. And I'll go. That's probably the stupidest way I injured myself.
Never laugh. Never laugh.
Never laugh.
Never laugh.
Never laugh. And I got that nervous laugh. I'm always that little fucking wise guy that's fucking laughing all the time when I'm nervous. It is what it is.
I laughed, and then Mom told Dad when he got home, and Dad, when he would come home, if I was in trouble and he had to deal with it, he'd take his belt off and snap it on the way down the hallway.
Oh,
and you were just like, oh shit, this is gonna really hurt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I always called my dad a lawnmower dad because he would say he was going to beat your ass. And as he started pulling that belt, he got faster. It was like cranking a freaking lawnmower. I mean, the more that he pulled that belt, he was going to go harder and faster.
Sure.
All right. So the final question that we have is a new segment that we brought in a couple of months ago, and it's called Ask It Forward. The Ask It Forward question is a question from somebody that we had last week who wants to ask you a question this week. And what we're going to do is come to you sometime in the next couple of days and give you the person that we're going to have and have you ask them a question. So the Ask It Forward question is brought to you by Southpaw Stogies.
What's up, the Southpaw Stogies here? First, I want to just say thank you for supporting us and supporting the Real Smoke podcast. So next time you're in Lebanon, Tennessee, please be sure to come out and experience Southpaw Stogies. Got a great selection of cigars here, great selection of beer and coffee. And by the way, I just want to give another local shout out to Crown's Heads. Look at this beautiful band there. We've got them here at Southpaw Stogies. So we're here at 402 East Main Street, Lebanon, Tennessee, and stay smoky.
All right, guys. So your Ask It Forward question, here you go.
Hey, Real Smoke family. This is Frank from Cigar Army. We've been given the opportunity to ask our friends, the Cigar Clowns, a question. So I put a lot of thought into this. And what I wanted to know from you guys was, way back when you started, you used to have Taste Test Tuesdays, which I was a part of, and it was a lot of fun. My question is it harder now to do a taste test to get that right cigar because of where you're at? Or was it harder then when you were just coming up and you wanted everything to be perfect? Let me know what you think. And don't forget, everybody, buy a ticket to our EMT event, June 13th in New Windsor. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.
Fuck it, Frank. You knocked it out of the park.
Great question, Frankie.
Oh,
and,
shit.
You have an opportunity to win some Cigar Clowns cigars at that event, by the way. We are proud supporters of
we are.
They're throwing.
Support our brothers, the Army.
Yeah, man. I would love to get Taste Test Tuesdays rocking again. It was a lot of fun. Is it harder now? I think it might be because we kind of, with Taste Test Tuesday, we used to get different blends all over the place, right? You know, we didn't know what we want. Now we're kind of laser focused on what we think the blend should be, where we want to be at, and we also keep in mind pricing and things like that. So it is probably a little harder now in the beginning stages, but and tweaking the cigars, right? Because you know we really don't get when we sit down and we work, we really don't get that blend right away, if that makes sense. Definitely takes a lot of time and effort to get the blends right now. So I think that's a great question, Frank.
Yeah, I do. I think I don't know if it's necessarily we consider it to be harder. I think it was more of a learning process with us and opening up our inner workings to our close friends, our our podcast supporters, and I think we learned to strive for permanent. And what I mean by that is I was taught playing football as a young kid in the Little League when coaches actually coached that practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent, right? You want to get to that point where you can say that your practice has gotten to the point where it's permanently ingrained in your mind and you know what you need to do, right? So I think with all the learning experiences early on in those days of Taste Tester Tuesdays, it helped us get to where we're at now, where we can kind of nitpick and know what we're looking for, what we want. So it was all practice for us, and we ended up making it, into the core lines that we have today and the projects that we continue to put out. So the practice aspect of that early on made it a permanent process for us in picking these blends. So yeah, I don't necessarily think it's harder. I think it's helped us get extremely better.
So, to close out everything with you guys, I tried to pull out as much information from you as I could, and I got a little bit. I got a few nuggets. So anybody who is a true Clowns fan will be able to figure out a few things. So for the rest of 2026, tell anybody what you've got going on, what you're looking forward to. Let everybody know how they can get a hold of you. If they're new to the Cigar Clowns family, where can they find you? What do they need to know about you?
Right off the get, we're approachable. You can find us on our social media channels: Facebook, Discord, Instagram. If you send us a message, we're gonna get back to you. It's gonna be myself or Ray, maybe Danny, if you're really lucky to get back to you. 2026, I look forward to Eva City. We're going to the Eva City event. That's gonna be a lot of fun for us. Where they can find us. You can find us in a lot of brick and mortars. A bunch of your sponsors, we're in their shops. Online retailers, you can see our footprint get bigger. We're gonna be updating our store locator because we have many more shops in our family now. And that's it, man. If you need help finding our cigars, just reach out to us and we'll get it done. We do not ship international, unfortunately. Smoking. We don't have I don't think we have the licenses for that. So
Smoking Solstice is our brother from New Zealand. So he has such a hard time finding any cigars that's not a heritage brand that happens to be down there. So when he came up this way, we sent him home with a lot of cigars. So that's one of the things that he always asks is if we can.
You guys gotta be real friends and help him smuggle cigars. That's
that's what we're saying. All right, so Ray, final.
One second. If we had a connection with the East India Trading Company, if they were still in existence, we would get them right over there. No problem. It took a couple weeks, but we got them there.
Yeah, it's true.
So Ray, final words from you. Anything that you want to leave anybody with?
Yeah, man. Just support boutique brands, man. We're growing every day. We're ending every day. We're doing our thing. Like Joe said, pretty much kind of just to reiterate what he said. We're very approachable. We love reposting content. Tag us in all your stuff. Instagram is the main source of information for our brand. We kind of push it off to our other entities as far as social media is concerned. Discord is a big entity for us. If you're not in the Discord, shoot us a message on Instagram. We'll get you the invite in there. It's a great place to hang. Great place to get some Cigar Clowns knowledge and hang with some. We call them our OGs. That kind of been with us through the entire journey. Striving for 2027. Festivus at the end of the year. We got the relaunch of Sheffield collection coming up right after Pagliacci, and then we might have something in between that. You never know.
So I will say, somebody says on here, where in Mobile, Alabama? Have any places in Alabama that you can recommend?
Off the top of my head, I don't, but we can, if they reach out to us on Instagram, we can get them in touch with our rep in that area, and he can tell all the shops. I'm sorry, I do not know all the shops anymore. I used to be able to spit them all out.
We used to be able to right all down the line, right? Mm-hmm.
But I
good problem
I do not know of. Yeah, it's terrible. But I will be visiting all of them. I'm doing my trips, so we're gonna get to all the shops. That's a goal.
We got a bunch of events upcoming. Just stay glued to our social media, and you will never miss anything related to Cigar Clowns or Sheffield collection ever.
Oh, you know what else I'm excited for? I'm sorry, I didn't say. one
No,
of
go
our
for it.
guys, we're starting a pairing channel on our YouTube. We're going to be pairing all our cigars with different drinks, and you know, we're going to be pairing menus and stuff like that. So we're very excited for that. Very excited. Let's
Get in the
go.
Discord, man. It's
Yeah,
where yeah, man.
yep. We're just rolling it out now. So, you know, we got a lot of great drinks. You know, one for the Viola, one for the Zori, you know, the Rodeo Clown, all the Sheffield collection stuff. It's great. And plus it makes you go out and get different things that you normally wouldn't have, right? So it opens up your palate a little more, and you know, we have a great mixologist on our team. So it's you know, it's unbelievable. Like, oh wow, I can see why this really goes together. And you know, and then we have non-alcoholic as well, like an espresso. So it's just, you know, we're working with Drift and Drams right now with a coffee thing. So it's exciting. It's exciting, man.
Right on.
So, Robert, I'm going to leave this one to you. Do you have any final questions for the boys?
Gosh, final questions. Other than the fact that I need to get you guys down here in Tennessee, in Middle Tennessee. So I'm going to put the word out. My question to you guys is like, give me some contact information so I can do some work for you guys and help you guys out down here. I love what you're doing. I love the blue collar approach. That won me over. As soon as you said blue collar, my ears just perked up. You know, because that speaks to me.
That's what we're all about, man. That's not a lie. That's what we're all about, right? That's our main focus. Yeah. That's our main focus.
Right on.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, you can email
us
at cigarclowns at Gmail.
Gmail. Yep. Or Instagram, Cigar Clowns, or Joe.
Whatever's
Cigar
easier,
Clowns,
yeah.
Whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right
we'll give you my number. We'll link up, brother.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys, for jumping on here tonight. I know that you were wanting to push out, you know, the new line that's coming out. I know that you have a lot coming up. As we've told you before, all you have to do is reach out to us. You're more than welcome on here anytime. Let's just schedule it. So especially when, you know, the Festivus and things like that come out, and when you come out with whatever you're doing next, let us know. We'd love to help you out.
Yeah.
Tag us in anything. We appreciate you guys being on here.
Thank you.
appreciate you.
We love to get Justin and Crystal on and tell you their side of the merger story as well, because it's
we need to do that one. We need to get you guys on here and then them on here and just do a whole story on that one.
I guess we're gonna have to hang out again. Sounds good.
Oh
Sounds
man,
good to me.
shucks,
Sounds
darn.
good to me. Hopefully Robert will join
All right,
us
so
too.
we'll get that one set up.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Let's do it.
Thank you for having
Well,
us.
thanks
on.
so much, guys. Have a great night, and we will talk to you next time.
Thank you, brother. Peace.
See ya. Here we are, just like that. Episode 76 is in the books, and with the guest host on here tonight, who absolutely did a fantastic job. We did have the Cigar Clowns on tonight, and we got to learn a lot about the new cigar. And if you're an OG Cigar Clowns follower, you kind of got an idea about what's coming up. So that's going to be pretty fun. So if you're in the know, put that in the chat, see if they respond back to it and see if they're like, yeah, that's probably what it is, or hell no, that's not what it's not. So that kind of gives us an idea of what's going on. So huge thanks to both Joe and Ray with Cigar Clowns. We loved having them on here. So
we'll just have to make sure.
What do you think about it?
AOL, dial up next time.
Yeah, I mean, I was waiting for Ray's phone to say, "You've got mail."
I was waiting for that buzz, the old dial-up buzz.
Yeah, that 100% what I was waiting on. Yeah, he came in. I don't know who had. If you've noticed, we have had perfect internet tonight.
Yeah.
But Mick and Ray, dear Lord, somebody said it in here. This technical difficulty was brought to you by, and it wasn't us. It was them.
That needs to be That's a good place for a sponsor right there.
It is. If we can get somebody who wants to jump on there and be the technical difficulty sponsor, you're probably going to get at least 4 or 5 ads throughout the night. Just saying.
For sure, for sure.
So before we go into the last little bit, guys, once again, we do have 3 prizes that we're giving away. We got 2 $25 gift cards to Cigar Vault. If you haven't won this month, type in #RealSmoke to get one of the gift cards. If you are a Patreon member, type in #Patreon or #Pat, and you get one of those. And the last one is from Beard Apothecary. It is #RealSmokeBeard. We have the cigar review to do. We have prizes to give away, and we have Meanwhile in Not Memphis. So, really quickly, the next one that we need to get to is our cigar review. So let me get everything pulled up for that one. So tonight's cigar review is brought to you by Cigar Army, and I'm going to do that ad for them. So guys, do us a favor. Go check out Cigar Army. They have a fundraiser coming up. It is the EMT fundraisers from Premium Non-Curry Foundation. It is presented by the Cigar Army. Saturday, June 13th, Brothers of the Leaf Lounge in New Windsor, New York. The ticket price is $70. You get 1 cigar, beer, high noons, soda, and water. Food by Chef Steph. Cash bar available, and raffles will be sold at the event. So go check them out. Go check out Cigar Army for that one. If you don't want to do that, you can also go to realsmokepod.com, go to our merch, and you can purchase this t-shirt right here. That is the Real Smoke Podcast, the Cigar Army, and the PNNF. 100% of all proceeds go to Cigar Army and that organization. We will also match what they're doing. So whatever we sell, we will match it. Go help them out. It's a great foundation. If you don't know about it, go check out a couple of podcasts back. We talked all about it. So we do have a cigar review. You did smoke a version of this cigar.
Yeah, I did.
But we always make Mick go first. So you're not Mick. Mick is Mick. So we're going to have Mick give his review.
Right.
What's up, everybody? Man, I feel like I'm talking into the future. It's I'm doing this review for our show on 4:30 with the Cigar Clowns. Charles was lonesome by himself for this one. I hope he didn't do too good, because that would mean I might not have a seat when I get back from vacation. But I may have also checked in on this show, so that's kind of like I don't know. This is weird. It's like I'm talking into the future. But Charles asked me to do a review of the. So stand by on this one. So we had Larry Moose on with us on the TriStar Herf last night, and he says that you say this cigar, the Pagliacci di Cigari. So maybe I said it right, maybe I didn't. Hopefully you guys learned tonight how to say that. But I'm doing my cigar review. We'll see where we stack up against Charles's score. So did he still make me go first? Probably. We'll see how it goes. But aroma from the body. Light hay, kind of a cardboardy dryness to it. Aroma from the foot, I got a raisiny sweetness, light hay. Taste from the cold draw, natural tobacco sweetness, and just a tobacco taste. I mean, it was smooth, but just not a whole lot of flavors in there. First third notes, it was a great draw. Construction was awesome. The ash held probably about 1.5 inches before it fell. A nice gray white ash that just held together. It fell off in about 1.5 inch sections. So from first third notes, I got dark fruit sweetness, cocoa powder, light charred oak, a creamy smoke, a light black pepper. Retro was just black pepper and a little bit of sweetness. Second third notes, I got a black cherry sweetness, baker's chocolate, charred oak, black pepper, and syrupy sweetness. A lot of sweet notes to this one in the middle, especially. Retro, black pepper, toast. Final third notes, I got light earth, dark fruit sweetness, touch of nutmeg, black pepper, and some kind of cola notes, almost like drinking a Coca-Cola while you're having it. So some weird syrupy notes in there, but it was good overall. retro black pepper, and a natural sweetness. Pre-light experience, I gave it a 17 out of 20. Flavor enjoyment, 13 out of 15. Construction characteristics, 27 out of 30. And smoke production and final thoughts, 31 out of 35. I gave this an 88. So, hope it was a great show. Sorry for missing this week. I'm in Paradise, which, again, I may have hopped on earlier in the show. This is so confusing to do ahead of time. But, man, much love, Real Smoke family. We'll see you guys next week. We'll be on live, so see ya.
Oddly enough, he's wrong. He will not be on here. He will still be on vacation. We may have a show for you. We're kind of talking about it. It technically next week is our week off because Mick is still in Paradise, as he says. But we may have a show for you. Don't know yet. We'll come back and find out. So, Robert, you got done smoking a pre-sample of this cigar. What was your thoughts?
So initial like a cut. I mean, obviously I do a straight cut on everything. Box press, I typically cut a pretty thin cut so that the draw is good. The draw was pretty loose on the first half inch, and then it started to pull together. Not a whole lot. The hay I would agree with. It was very light flavor notes on the probably the first third. But then I started getting that San Andreas started coming out a little bit more as I got more into it. And as I got to the back third, it really came out. I started getting like really heavy chocolate notes on that back third. A little bit of like spice notes. That black pepper really came through once I got into that middle part of it. I did not get any of that berry or syrupy thing at all. But construction was great. I did not have to touch that cigar one time, and I smoked it all the way to the nub. I would, without writing all the stuff, I would say a pretty solid 89 on that cigar. I would definitely get it. It punches above its weight. I would offer that cigar to like the novice smoker, and even somebody who's got like a good palate because it did progress as I got further into that cigar.
Nice. I would say that is definitely something that I would give to anybody who is jumping into cigars. Yeah. It's a great price point as well as a great mild cigar. So I'll go into mine. Aroma off the body, tobacco and manure. Aroma off the foot, tobacco, raisins, molasses. Taste off the cold draw, tobacco, fruit cup, sweetness. On the light, oak, tobacco, sweet note, black pepper into the first third, earth, slight wood, and an odd cherry root beer flavor. The retro is a black pepper, cherry, earth. The draw is fantastic. Smoke is thick and chewy. The finish is long and leaves a tart note as well as a black pepper. Burn keeps up, falls off to one side, needs a slight touch up. Ash is thick and stacks dimes, medium in strength. Into the second, notes up front are oak, slight pepper, dark fruit, slight tart note. The retro is oak, earth, and white pepper. Draw is great. Smoke is thick, and the finish gives you a fruity pepper taste. Burn is great. Ash, stacks dimes, medium in strength. In the final third is coffee, slight earth, slight sweet note. The retro is coffee and a slight sweet note. No spice at all. Draw is still great. Lots of thick, chewy smoke. Finish is non-existent. The final, probably the final 20 minutes or so, there wasn't really much there. Burn and ash is good, and strength is about a medium. So pre-light experience, I give it an 18 out of 20. Flavor enjoyment, I gave it a 12 out of 15. Construction and characteristics, construction 9 out of 10, 100%. Draw 9 out of 10, 100%. Burn 9 out of 10, 100%. Smoke production and final thoughts, give it a 28 out of 35. That gives me an 85. So the Real Smoke podcast gives Mick says 88. I say 85. We give this one, the Pagliacci di Cigari Viola, an 87. So
And again, I was smoking the pre-release, so what I was getting on that final third, you guys probably weren't getting.
I will say that one of the pre-releases that I got smoked a little better than this one that I had, and even the cigar, because I have my book over here. Cigar, it was my third cigar of this one, so going on to it, it was still pretty much the same thing. The final third was a little lackluster, but what I will say is it an $8 cigar? 100%.
Yeah.
Would I spend more than $8 on this cigar? 100%.
Yeah.
It definitely bats above its weight class.
Yeah.
So 100% that this, I gave it an 85. Mick gave it an 88. You gave it an 89. We are all within 4 points of each other. So it's a great cigar. 100%. Love it.
And I love the box press. I was never a big fan of the box press, but at that 54 ring gauge and a box press, it is right in my wheelhouse.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those cigars that when I saw the price point, I wasn't sure what to expect, because when it comes to price points like that, it's you kind of get to the point to where I don't know if it's going to be worth smoking, because everybody is pricing their cigars so high. But the first one I shared with you guys that I smoked that was in that price range was a Thunder Kiss.
Yes.
And I came to you guys and I had it on release date, and it was like, this cigar is freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
And from what everybody's saying about PCA is there's quite a few companies that is researching how to put out a good budget friendly, not a budget cigar, but a budget friendly cigar.
Yes, that's what I noticed while I was there. It was awesome. I did not know the price point of this cigar, so I didn't have anything to gauge it on. So I just smoked it as though it's a boutique cigar. Would I get it again without knowing it? What the cost was? Yes. The fact that it's an $8 stick, definitely.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
$8 stick for what we had on that one, I would 100% do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we do have prizes to give away tonight. We have 3 prizes to give away. We do have 2 $25 gift cards to the Cigar Vault Oakdale, as one from Beard Apothecary. So the first one is going to be open to anybody who has not won this month. And if you're not sure about who has won this month, let's go over it. So people who are not eligible to win, Get You Ends Up, Hologram, Rob the Cigar Czar, Uncle Mitch, Smokey G. Bamp Gary, Cigars with Angel, Coulter 25, Pback 3345, and Nick Marzagani, whatever, 31111. So if you're not one of those people and you want to win, type in #RealSmoke. Also, if you are a Patreon member and you want a chance to win the second one, type in #RealSmokePat, P-A-T. And last, if you haven't won anything from Beard Apothecary, type in #RealSmokeBeard. So, Mick always picks a number. So because there's 3 giveaways, we're going to pick one number, and please don't go like double digits. So pick one number that we have to spin it. What's your number?
3.
Okay. That's the number I always pick.
The Dale Murphy
3.
number.
There it is. So let's go ahead and let's pull up this one. Let's go ahead and share the screen. There we go. Giveaway tool. Share that one. So we do have episode 76, Real Smoke. We are giving away the one who has not won this month. So here we go. We're going to spin 3 times. How many people do we have? We have 14 entered. So here we go. First person that does not win is going to be Coulter 25. Sorry about your luck, bro. By the way, you have already won something this month. You should not have been in this one. Here we go. Draw number 2. See some new names in there. That's awesome. Angel. Number 3. So whoever this winner is, let's find out. You have to not have won anytime this month. Brent, let's go through it. Brent, you have not won. Brent, you have to be live to win this one. Brent, are you here? Post in the comments, Brent, if you're here.
Come on, Brent.
We typically do 30 Mick seconds, but this one is going to be 30 Robert seconds. So, Robert, whenever you think 30 seconds, oh, wait, Brent says he is here. Brent is the winner. Brent Hagen.
Right on, right on. Congratulations.
Brent, do us a favor. We need your mailing name, address, phone number, and email address. Send it to the podcast page. Send it to the Real Smoke Instagram page. Mick will get that one sometime in the next month and send it to, yeah, I'm just saying. He'll send it to Cigar Vault. So one more time, mailing name, address, phone number, and email address. All right, so the next one is going to be for Patreon members only. So let me go ahead and set that one up. So let's go back a little bit. It can be for any Patreon member. It doesn't matter if you have won before or not. So this is for that one. So it's hashtag, if my computer will work, here we go. Hashtag Real Smoke Pat. All righty. So once again, if you are a Patreon member, type in hashtag Real Smoke Pat, P-A-T. Uh-oh, there's only one person that's entered. Only one Patreon is on here. And it won't let me draw it. Wait, the odds are good on this one. So there's only one, and he's in here. So I will say it's got to be Smoking Samsas.
Right on.
So it is. Mark, do us a favor. Go ahead and send Mick a message and tell him that you won this one, and we will figure out what to do. Whether we have to order it for you and try to get it to you, we will find out. So, congratulations to Smoking Samsas. Wait, he says, wait, what did I win? You won a $25. Technically, you won a $25 gift card to the Cigar Vault Oakdale. So, we will try to figure out how to do that one. Just message Mick, and we'll figure out what to do. All right, so the last one, it is for somebody who has not won something from Beard Apothecary. Hashtag Real Smoke Beard. So the last one is for something from Beard Apothecary. It is going to be the Bearded Swifty. It's either going to be a balm or an oil. So type in, make sure that you've got the hashtag in there, Real Smoke Beard. So here we go. We have 5 on that one. So going for 3. Anybody can win this one as long as they have not won anything from it. So it is Eli, brand new name. What's up, brother? Hopefully you do win, but we do got to draw again because you are number 1. We're looking for number 3. Number 2 is Smoke is Sicilian. Number 3, this is going to be our winner if you are still in the chat. Frank Cigar Army. Wait a second. Frank, 1, are you still in here? And 2, haven't you won something from them before? Frank, you are here. Have you not won anything from Beard Apothecary before? Frank has no beard, 100%. That's what I was thinking. He might want it for his hair, but he's got no hair. Just saying.
I'll say
I haven't won squat.
It's good for tattoos as well.
It is.
And my girlfriend loves how it smells.
All right, so there we go. Let's see. Let's go ahead and kick this one out. Remove that one. Bring us back. So much stuff on the screen right now. Where are we at? There we go. All righty. So, Frank, go ahead and do me a favor. Send me your personal information. Send me your mailing name and all that wonderful information. I'll get you some balm out today, or actually tomorrow. So we will do that one. So congratulations to our people. By the way, usually does this whole hashtag thingy and all the information about it. Guys, if you did not see your name in the scrolling, whatever, StreamYard has guaranteed us that everybody is listed in here, even if you don't see your name, because it flashes by us. We have no control over that one. So if you didn't see your name, we are 100% sorry about that one. But if you used the correct hashtag, you were entered in to win. So our winners tonight is for a $25 gift card to Beard Apothecary, or to Cigar Vault. It is Brent Hagan. The second one for Patreon is Smoking Samsas, and the Beard Apothecary goes to Frank Cigar Army. So guys, send all the people your informations. We absolutely appreciate it.
So Charles, when Mick's back, we'll do it when Mick's back.
Okay. What are we going to do?
So when you do it, if you want to add a fourth winner or replace a winner or whatever, not this one, but it's the one that has the first aid. It has
there we go
across, and it says first aid across it, and it's a humidor, a travel door. It'll hold 6 Toros, has a place for your lighter, has a place for a cutter, preferably my cutter, but it's magnet attached, so there's no weird things here. It's smooth on all the sides, so you can put it in a small bag or a big bag or whatever you want to do. And it's even got a place for, I don't know if you can see that, for those right there. You can put a little
Bovida pack.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll do that
for
the month of May.
That'll work. So let's talk when Mick is back on here, and we will take care of that one. But I do have to say, all of our prizes tonight were brought to you by Haze Gray Cigars.
Savor every moment with Haze Gray Cigar. Each blend is crafted for bold flavor, veteran-inspired character, and premium construction. From smooth and approachable to rich and complex in flavor, Haze Gray delivers a cigar for every palate. Now available our new release, Irmaus du Mar. Order Haze Gray Cigars online at Fat Boys Cigars and from Wolfpack Cigar Club and the Cigar Vault, Oakdale. Visit our website for a list of nationwide retail lounges and to grab some cool Haze Gray merch to rep our brand. As always, we've got your sticks.
So huge thanks to Haze Gray Cigars. We absolutely love what you got going on. Can't wait to see you at some of the Hearst for TriStar. Miss hanging out with you guys. The three of you are freaking amazing. Our last thing that we have to do tonight is usually a Mick thing. It is his special. It's his baby. It is the Meanwhile in Memphis. But we don't have Mick. So we do have you.
We do.
And you're not from Memphis. You might be from around the Lebanon area. Do you think you might have something for us?
I have something that's very Lebanese, if you will.
Lebanese? Is somebody getting bombed?
No. and there's no plutonium that's been lost, at the
okay.
At the double.
So Marty McFly does not have to go back and find anything.
That's right.
Okay, got you. All right. So tonight's Meanwhile in Lebanon, Lebanon. We can't say Lebanon. It's Lebanon. Lebanon is brought to you by Brooder Cigars.
Listen up, Perf heads. If your cutter feels like a toy and your gear's got no soul, it's time to level up. Brooder Cigar Accessories, 100% American made. Veteran owned, built like a tank, passed down like a rifle. This ain't mass-produced junk. It's the heirloom collection. Precision built with grade 5 titanium magnetic steel blades, magnetic action, and inlay so clean they'll make your humidor blush. Check out the Heirloom Ambassador, a semi-custom raw titanium anodized finished cutter with exotic woods like Purple Heart and Bolivian rosewood. Or the Heirloom Elite, a fully customizable cutter with Cerakote, abalone, two-tone layouts, every detail dialed in. Each piece is serialized, built with pride, made to outlive you. So if you're tired of plastic cutters and flimsy lighters, go check out Bruters. Hit their website. Get something that matches your smoke game. Bruters, where legacy meets grit.
And a man sold sweet tea from the back of a combine. The jukebox sang cowboy, the pawn shop rang like bells. A grandma in sequins said, baby, we do this well. Meanwhile in Lebanon, what is going on? Meanwhile in Lebanon, and you blink, it's gone. Robert and 13 Knives is the mayor tonight. Meanwhile in Lebanon, everything feels right.
So, meanwhile in Lebanon, the crazy metropolis that it is not, we have a bridge closure. The Beasley Bend Road Bridge is closed due to serious construction issues. Officials are working on expedite and replacement. That is the news. That's the only news that I can find in Lebanon. That is the news. There is a bridge closure.
There's a bridge closing.
Yeah,
that's it.
We don't have people that are walking around naked, with firearms or knives or anything like that. We don't have that here. I don't even lock my truck where I live. So there's none of that Memphis stuff here. So if you're looking for a good place to move out of Memphis, this might be your neck of the woods to try next. Just avoid.
So you don't have people jumping on cars. You don't have people jumping on cars, robbing dollar stores.
No.
Running naked down the street.
Nope. Nope.
So meanwhile in Lebanon is the bridge closed.
The bridge closed.
Well,
there you go.
Sweet tea from the back of a combine. The jukebox sang cowboy, the pawn shop rang like bells. A grandma in sequins said, baby, we do this well. Meanwhile in Lebanon, what is going on? Meanwhile in Lebanon, and you blink, it's gone. Robert and 13 Knives is the mayor tonight. Meanwhile in Lebanon, everything feels right.
I looked, Charles. I looked for like.
I will say this: I actually looked too, and I did not find anything. The closest thing it was pulling was Nashville.
Yeah. And I don't want to touch Nashville with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, nobody does either.
No. But Lebanon's pretty.
Smokey Thompson says he had Sonic in Lebanon. It was pretty good.
There you go. We have an In-N-Out now, so there you go.
We do. I saw that.
So if you're looking for that Southern California experience or California experience, come to Lebanon, have an In-N-Out burger.
Don't expect anything crazy because
no.
The bridge might close.
Right.
You better watch out.
Exactly. Just don't go down the Beasley Bend Bridge.
Yes, because it might close.
There you go.
All right, guys. This has been episode 76, and I do want to say thanks for Robert for jumping on here and hanging out with me tonight and co-hosting this one. Next week is kind of up in the air. It could be an off week. It could be a show that may come about, kind of working on something. It may be something PCA related, or it just may fall apart and we just take the week off. How will you know? If you don't see anything posted by us in the next few days, you'll absolutely know. I will have everything planned out or not planned out by the weekend. So do I know what's going on? I don't. Do I know what could happen next? Yes. If you don't hear from us next week, it will be a bye week. And then when we come back, it'll be May 14th. And it's going to be a fantastic, weirdly crazy episode. It is conspiracy theories. We have Brian with Cavalier. We have Mark with Katie Cigars. And we have Sean with Smokers Abbey Memphis. 3 people who are absolutely insane about conspiracy theories. And all I'm doing here is trying to just get them irritated, aggravated, and riled up by telling them they're all false. So that's my job. So again, next week, I don't know what's going on. The week after that, we do know we got this going on. So check in with us, find out. Huge thanks to Robert for being on here tonight. Robert, Mick always has the final words.
I'll say this with that episode about conspiracy theory. Everybody here has friends that have tinfoil hats. Everyone has it. Invite your friends. Let them experience that awesome thing that just it just gets their blood moving because they need this in their life. That'll be the show for them. Get them going. And thanks for having me on board.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for you jumping on here with me, guys. As I'm going to dive in deep with Mick right now and say, guys, do us a favor. Have a great night. Enjoy your evening. Take some time to smoke a great cigar with someone you love. Guys, have a great night. We'll see you maybe next week, if not in 2 weeks. Peace.
The smoke is thick, the air is tight, cigars are lit, oh what a sight. Pour the whiskey, tequila too, this one for Mick and Charles and you. Thank you for tuning in. The Real Smoke Podcast makes us all grin. You light us up, you keep us strong. Cheers to you, we raise the song. Conversations deep, the stories fly. Ashes fall, with spirits high. The gas is rolling, the bent is slow. You've kept us burning, don't let it go. Thank you for tuning in. The Real Smoke Podcast makes us all grin. You light us up, you keep us strong. Cheers to you, we raise the song.